There we go, that should be it.
Go samurai, be hilarious.
Alright, welcome to the Dread Plains, and thank you for keeping the mics. The discipline of this party is second to none.
We're talking about multiclass and it's important. This could be our survival.
Anyway, as they joke to try to alleviate their fear, we'll just carry on and let Curls tell us what happened last.
Oh fuck, I was memeing on Twitter.
No, I think that's
back.
accurate. Oh fuck.
That was the whole session. No, okay. So, we were still on top of the hill where we had stealth killed a bunch of people. And we were trying to find the seed that the druids had sent us there to find. Or the crow people had sent us there to find to kill druids. That's the way around that was. And we worked out it was in this goddamn tree. In this copse. Not a corpse, a copse. And while we're trying to work out how to cut down this goddamn tree, Mordecai becomes possessed by some kind of vision or some shit and begins digging. And we uncovered this sword. And we were getting level. It's a cool sword. It's a sun sword? Sunblade? It's one of those.
Lord of the Flan.
And then we go back to trying to kill this fucking tree. Flash forward nearly 2 hours. And like 6 different attempts. And the combined efforts of literally the entire party. We managed to uproot it, retrieve the seed from within it, and then return it to the Corvids people. And that's all I remembered. Anything happen after that?
Yes, there was an important thing. We were told there was bad news by Davian.
Ah, yes.
Literally, as the session ended, he says, "I have some bad news. You all want to come inside." And then Nemo cut the session, and we probably all died.
Ah, yes. So picking up from where we died.
No!
Wait, what?
No, it does not!
Wait, what?
Aaron just messaged me. Does a glaive count as a finesse weapon? No!
If it's
Are we
a
sure
monster
though?
hunter, then yes.
Are we sure though?
I'm like 900% sure.
Cool.
Anyway,
So on that grave news, picking back up.
After I've been washed
The bath. Don't like the bath.
from all the blood that I was caked in.
Yeah.
From digging up a tree.
It was a very weird
Bloody
tree.
tree.
There is a music change that you should all be aware of.
your raven friend takes you inside and brings you to the dinner table to present the news such as it stands.
I'm going to roleplay being at the dinner.
Okay, as I said, there is bad news. It seems the town of Valaki was attacked by Strahd.
Oh bother.
Do they not have protections in place to...
They probably did.
Indeed.
Right.
And probably the most alarming part of this is he specifically targeted St. Andrew's Church. From all accounts, things are not looking good in the town. As you can imagine, a rather large amount of civil unrest has been sparked by the realization that the town is no longer safe.
So it'll be a bit of a ghost town then.
I think people are still there for the time being, but I don't know how long until rebellion might. There has been a growing sentiment against the Burgermeister that he's constant celebrations to presumably ward away the evil have grown taxing on the people, and this most recent attack, it may end with these head on a spike. I don't know how much longer the town will
What is our part to play in this, Mordecai?
It's a very good question. I think we should definitely head back and see what's happening. Get some sort of lowdown, first-hand experience. Try and see what we can do.
We have experience as shock troopers.
Your
Okay.
course of action is yours to decide. You mentioned you were heading elsewhere initially.
Yes, our original plan was to head northwest to Kresk.
Ah, yes, for town of Krez. I will say that they would not likely let you in sight seen, but the wagon is due back from its delivery. I loaded up with wine. I'm sure they could be convinced to let you in. If not, I'll make sure to send some of my people to sneak you in. It shouldn't be too hard. As fortified as the town is, they don't have the manpower to watch the walls effect. We know its weak points.
That might be helpful for me when we do end up going there. I'm sure they wouldn't mind a group of hired mercenaries protecting the wine delivery.
Indeed, although they are very paranoid of Strahd, and if news of the region attacks them, which it will, well, that won't exactly endear them to Guest.
You speak as if you are determined to go back to Vallaki, Mordecai.
Do you not think it's a good idea to try and either resolve any upset or help either side of this possible rebellion?
I'm not a fan of going where there is likely to be violence, but if it is your wish to go there, I will follow.
There's a tapping on the window. There's a raven outside. Your host turns around, and he just says, "Excuse me for a moment, my messenger." And he just opens up the window, and they
Rapping on the chamber door.
Could be an Auntie Rogue.
Bitch, let me in the fuck! I put that in there, I was not here, let me in.
He lets the raven loose and says, "It appears we have come."
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut there.
Company?
Says, "It appears we have company."
Good company or bad company?
Don't know, we
Company.
haven't seen this creature before. It's coming out of the forest. We'll go.
None of the words you just said were good.
Forest is bad.
Let us hasten to the courtyard.
Produce flame
Yeah,
out.
Look out the window.
Lord of the Flame out.
Is that what you say? She walked out the door.
No, he goes. I'm sorry, I just picture you jumping out the window. Out. Eat.
Thorak opens the window. Out you go.
You think you can fit through the window?
No, I couldn't.
Like the big busty mother-in-law looking out the window. The fuck's going on out here?
If we look out the window, can we see what creature they're talking about? Or is it out of sight?
I'll just make for the stairs.
I think we can hear the
Same.
vague sound of Nemo trying to prepare a map. Needing time.
Or Nemo trying to find the particular icon that he's meant to put on the map. Where the fuck is it?
Yeah, I know, right?
You have to search 5 different names. It's like, what do you mean you named the werewolves the dark animals of Balakia or some shit? Just name the werewolves. It's easier.
That's me, but it's always me that does that.
Oh my god, it's worse. They're not werewolves, they're bear wolves. Nope, that is a Sneakle.
A Sneeple?
Ah,
It's a lizard!
lizard.
Relative or friend of yours, Thrak?
Oh no.
That is
Oh yes.
racist. But maybe. Oh,
Maybe. My father put it about a bit.
Hello, you beautiful son of a bitch.
Do you just have to come in to everything now?
He has to appear.
I didn't even see
How did you not see
What do you think I was reacting to him?
because I was looking this side of the mic. I was focusing. I know. I was looking over there though. I was like, I can see narrowing. I can't see me through the microphone. And then on the right is you, Kay, and Stanley.
Someone just flicked a switch in his head that's just gone, you know what, I'm fine with playing D&D online now.
No, someone's flicked a switch in his head that's
You're welcome.
unemployed.
Aw.
Yeah, that one.
Told you.
Ow!
Ouch. I
So,
wasn't gonna
DM.
say- I wasn't going to say anything, but jeez.
So, DM, what
We
do we
kill him.
see?
A friend!
Stanji, would you like to describe your
God.
your friend, your character?
as
So,
soon as I mute the music so I can hear something. There we go.
Oh my god, it's the steeple.
So yeah, you see a robed individual, has a humanoid figure, however, a face of a reptile-like creature.
What colour are you?
Greenish, as you can tell.
We're 2 colours down. Only 3 more to go for a full Power Ranger set.
You're the red one.
Oh god.
We need to get a tiefling and an Ozmir. Stacked.
Mordecai standing
Hi, I'm right here.
Oh, sorry, you're so good at stealth, I didn't see you there.
He's a ranger that plays a rogue.
No, we have a Power Ranger set.
the
I have a Black Ranger. Sorry.
the ravens, just the various actual ravens flapping about, acting fairly erratic. Yes, your host tries to calm them down. Says they act that way around snakes.
Racist.
That looks more like
what-
an iguana to me.
What is this snake person wearing on their bottom half?
Jorts.
Nothing.
Are they wearing jorts?
And you guys
One
wonder
way to
why I'm a
find out.
bad healer! You wonder why I'm a bad healer!
What have I done? I want to apologise to anyone who's not in on this joke.
I just had to get the joke out of the way now. Let's get jorts out of our system.
Oh, convenient, there's a wall next.
Don't know why you're so pissed off, it's not your character.
Okay, in the room.
I assume we'll leave to meet this person.
Yes.
Hello.
I leave introductions to Thrak.
I approach with my glaive.
I leave introductions to Hadrian?
Thrak, perhaps you speak the same tongue.
Who are you?
That was common.
I might speak the same tongue. Common.
I really want
Hello.
Stanji's voice to him to just be completely normal, and Thrak just has a weird voice problem that makes him really deep.
Alright
Yo.
Yes, Daddy, you're
Sad
free to do
dude.
what you wish.
I mean, I approach the tavern, and as I get approached, oh, sorry, the building.
Yeah, the winery. And we are probably approaching you. How tall are you, Stanji?
Oh god.
Just normal, around 5'11", 6. Normal
Congratulations,
size.
you're small for the party.
Doubt.
Mordecai, Hadrian, Thrak.
Mordecai.
Sarah and Marion.
Mordecai is average 6'1".
We have to have a balance. He's just gonna sit in
Anyway.
the middle.
Anyway. Speak quickly or my friend will eat you.
I'm not hungry.
I
Hello,
definitely wasn't talking about you.
strangers. May I take refuge in the building? I appear to be lost.
Who are you? You
Can I
look
insight
in
check the
every way, shape, and form
snake?
suspicious.
What?
Shush.
Can I
My name
insight
is
check the
Sulian.
snake?
I don't really know how I got here, and everything appears to be very hostile, including you.
You may roll an insight check, Stangy. Feel free to whisper me, whichever's a...
Sulian.
Sulian, yes.
Sulian.
My roll 20's being a dick. Give me...
Sulian.
Big Papa insight.
Based on the fact that we can see the person playing the character.
He seems shifty. He in some regards, but he legitimately doesn't know where he is.
Is Throck still holding up his stick?
Yep.
I like put my hand over Throck's stick to be like, you're cool.
Good choice.
I'm sure there's an extra bed to accommodate you here tonight.
I only wish not to be hunted by the creatures in the forests. As you can imagine, it is not a very pleasant place.
It is not, no. We have done our best to avoid traveling through the woods.
I do not wish to impose on you.
Oh, you're not imposing on us. This isn't. This is their place. I'll just gesture towards the.
Yeah, Corv.
Radiant says,
The people.
if he's alright with you, he's certainly alright with me.
I may pay with coin for staying here tonight. I do not have much though.
It is fine. We are already playing host to a few guests.
How, if I may ask, did you end up in this place?
Well, I was on my travels away from my usual place of residence when a fog came in. And the next thing I really knew was I was here.
It would appear
I've
he
been
has fallen
wondering-
the same fate as us, Mordecai.
For a while, not knowing where I am. Trying to find my way.
You have encountered the same fate as us, it seems. You are in the land known as Barovia. An unfortunately dark and twisted place, no offense to the denizens, that is currently overlorded by a vampire, whose name I am not keen to repeat here for obvious reasons.
Vampire, you say?
For your caution, trust the ravens, but any other beast, presume it is hostile and avoid it. And be careful what you say and where you say it.
Where I come from, ravens are not to be trusted.
This is the only place where a large portion of ravens could be trusted, then.
Welcome
Davian.
to opposite world.
Davian says, to be fair, he is correct. There are ravens here as well who are not to be trusted.
I did say most.
Ah, of course. Strahd spies.
I wish it was
That
true
was the
it
name I
was
didn't want to
most.
repeat.
It's a vampire.
Indeed.
Strahd.
Indeed.
Noted.
Are we gonna continue saying his name out in the open? Just, out here?
Whose name? Strahd's name?
If it wasn't for you, so I didn't say.
Beetlejuice?
If you recognise the name.
At this point, Beetlejuice or Strahd would have shown up, so pack it in.
Who, Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice will show up to say, stop saying his name. Christ, lads, you're getting yourselves in trouble. And fuck.
Sorry, I couldn't
But,
resist.
but are we talking about Beetlejuice or Strahd here?
No, we're talking about Beetlejuice.
We're
Beetlejuice,
definitely
yeah.
talking about
Beetlejuice.
Bloody Mary, right?
Okay.
What about Voldemort?
Candyman.
What are you doing?
Very well. Where is our next port of call then? Are we going back to Vallaki or are we heading to Krez? The call is yours, Mordecai.
What time of day is this?
Oh, God.
True, guys.
What time of night is it?
What time of darkness?
The druid will know that it's 10. Be glad you have a druid because it would be bloody hard to tell.
AM or PM, sorry.
Hey, they're not clerics usually.
AM.
Yeah, we just slept overnight here. So.
Yeah, you woke up
Roger.
early
If
in the
we
morning
could-
and went.
yeah, if we were going to head out, we should do it now. Where is our destination then? What are we thinking? Are we going to jump into the fire or go to the place that won't like us very much?
I do not like
I
that
would-
metaphor.
I mean,
well,
that's our
we
choices.
did make a promise to return a cask of wine in order to compensate.
I mean, the
That
delivery
wine
is-
has already been delivered.
Excellent, then we need to make our own way there then.
Is it not worth us checking in
I would say it's a wise thing to do.
to make sure our deal to tidy up has been tidied up?
The innkeeper you speak is a keeper of the feather. He knows what's happened.
Still, we could perhaps also look for supplies. And there
course.
could be more information that we
In a
could...
ravaged town.
Hey, the church was attacked, not the general store.
It
Well, you
seems
just-
like
what
the
you-
main-
what-
Out of character, we didn't have a lot of luck last time with the general
Yeah, I was gonna
store.
say.
What use,
Motherfuckers, we still gonna try and poke our head around.
what use does Strahd have a few field rations?
It's not so much what you Strahd has, but the general populace of the town, who are now going to be clamouring for it.
Nemo,
So they will need help.
Yes?
We might be
So?
able to provide.
do we know like the basics of what makes a vampire so threatening? Like their need for invitation.
We
and
did
whatnot?
get a big lore dump on vampires. Let me see if I can find it.
You did.
We know,
Prior
we
to
know
that,
about
your
the
basic
need to
knowledge
be
was a
invitation,
blood-sucking undead thing.
and they need to be invited into premises.
Yes, we do canonically know. We canonically know these things.
We knew that
No one can
because
get
we
into the
witnessed it in
castle.
cave. We've witnessed it.
That too.
Then my question
A
is,
vampire
how-
must rest in a coffin at daytime. We know they
how
have.
did the church get destroyed or vandalized or whatever's happened to it without being let in?
I'm sure he's got-
Davian says that is why the attack was so alarming.
Somebody let him in.
I'm sure he's got vampire spawn and
A heretic
various
amongst
minions
the
that
cloth.
can.
Which is a dangerous thing and must be also considered. And if we manage to look, find, or eradicate that individual, we would know what to look for in the future.
And hopefully make this land somewhat safer. I am now all in favour of returning to Valake post haste.
To Valaki then.
Walk into the hornet's nest. Sure, why not? Why the fuck not?
Will you
I
be joining
will
us,
say this,
Sullivan, or are you
friend,
staying here?
I might be ever so rude. You do not seem like a typical
Yes.
type
In
of
correct.
people.
We are a motley
Including
crew
myself.
of miscreants.
Ah!
Typical is
Especially
definitely not descriptive.
May I ask what is thou you seek?
We seek to
Get the
leave
fuck out of here.
Barovia.
That
Return to the
would
material
be
plane.
ideal. Where are we?
We are... Nemo, do we know we're in a demi-plane?
You don't know plane-wise, but you know you're in a place where you can't get back home.
Yeah, we don't know that we're not on.
I mean, we could also just show
Yeah.
them
Crazy
map.
issue. It depends. It depends on how much you believe to what that crazy gnome was saying.
True.
But
Which Hadrian believed 0 of them when we started talking about dragons.
Just
We
show
are
him
in
the map, Hadrian.
I pull out the map. We are in the land of Barovia. We are here.
Shit. It's big.
It's very big.
Heh.
Thanks for the dramatic music
I know,
change.
God,
Nemo.
Jesus Christ.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, sweeping orchestral. There.
I was like, fuck, am I in Zelda or something? It's like Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, I mean, I am at a
Also-
loss.
I will
And-
say it might be best if you travel together.
This place
Only
does
being
seem.
that you are not a creature of this.
This place certainly seems very hostile, and at least
Seems-
some of you look more capable than your typical person.
Thank.
Thank you.
yes, we are
Yes.
capable.
My name is Yatota, and this is my master Mordecai. We are mercenaries.
But what about you? Are you capable? We can't
I
be
am
very-
capable in the art of self-defense. However, I wouldn't necessarily prowess on my combat capabilities.
Where do you find your strengths then? For example, I know mine is in natural.
eBay.
Tell me your fucking class!
They were all waiting here with
No.
books.
No,
Standing as playing
motherfucker.
their lizard folk.
Never.
Blank.
You can pry my class from my
Also,
cold
he's
dead
not
hands.
lizard folk. I'm thinking he's actually Yahtzee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
You know for a fact, as a lizard folk, that is not a lizard folk.
Yeah, no.
Scales are too smooth.
Now I'm going to scribble out something in my notebook.
Ha! Welcome to my life.
How did you
Just
actually
like
write?
Sneakle.
Very clearly a 1C in my opinion. Why did you write lizard folk?
I'm gonna raise my hand and I'm gonna have a bit of electricity go through it.
He's an electric eel.
Yes, there is.
Now sorcery.
Quickly, set him to fight the Kraken!
Very offensive. I am one most common people would call the 1T.
What?
I'm sorry, but dun 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 dun.
Yeah, can we quickly alert ourselves to the fact this is a dramatic version of Pop Goes the Weasel?
You mean you didn't get this on day one?
Yeah, I probably did, but I just noticed it again now.
By Kevin McLeod, of course it is.
Of course it is.
It all is.
Where would the internet be without Kevin McLeod?
A lot quieter.
Yep.
Moving
There's a
away
silver
from what the
lining.
soundtrack is.
So, you have some magical power to you. I also have that as well. More will be helpful. See,
I
the
will
darker,
say-
more influencing tone is better. When you go normal in this game, that shit's scaring me. Your spine's good.
That your host says, "Forgive me, I don't know if I can trust you yet, but when I say you should travel together, you should at least escort him to the Dusk Elves. They may be willing to accept a snake person. However, if you find him trustworthy and useful to you, by all means."
I have merely came out of a forest and came upon this establishment. I am at your whim, as for the moment. So please, if you may, I am at your care.
Safety in numbers, then. But, could you please point onto the map where the Dusk Elves might reside?
You know where the Dusk Elves are. They
Yeah, I was gonna say we do.
Oh yeah, they were in the southern part of the...
There's
There's
south
like a
of
camp
something.
southwest
Yeah,
They're like
of
down
Blackie.
here.
You didn't visit them. That they'll just
We bypassed them when we exited the town last time.
Very well, then. I have presented the map. My name is Hadrian, and this is my ward, Sarah. That is Marin. She doesn't like many people.
I can introduce myself.
Princesses shouldn't
Uh,
need to introduce themselves.
You see before you... Would you like to describe yourselves again? No, I'll just do it. You see a small yellow cob. A little child, as far as you can tell. You see Marin, a rather hoity-looking Triton, who seems to have some sort of bizarre sea creature attached to her arm with a weird octopus eye look. You see Hadrian, a big bear-looking furblog. He looks friendly, if not dopey. You see Thrak, a big,
Speaking of dopey, here's Thrak.
a big blue, a big blue sort of creepy-looking crocodile, if not a little short in the upstairs.
What?
You see a winged, over self-confident tiefling, and some hobgoblin weeb.
Weeb!
I've never realised until someone just laid it out how fucking weird of a party we are.
You needed that explaining?
I know, it's just insane. I was like,
I knew it. I knew it, but I
bored.
didn't. I never absorbed the visual.
Well, now
the
you have
This
a
is from
snake.
Volos.
The most mundane race in this group is arguably either the tiefling or the furbolg.
And that's saying
And
something.
now you are joined by a Sneeple who seems to be holding onto a pigeon skull and a...
Oh yeah, I have that.
Brave.
Not the weirdest thing we've seen.
Ah.
Shush.
I have a tail.
Oh,
Oh god.
Hey, so do I.
So do I.
so do I.
I'll whack my little town, yeah.
You can only see the bit of
I
it.
slam
sticking out
mine
the road.
against the ground.
Sarah's wanks.
You have in your
Dexterity,
arsenal.
Oh, no, I'm kidding.
You have in your arsenal large intimidation, flirty fling, dog.
I will. Guys,
I put my hand on Celine's shoulder. Just a heads up. Your tail pokes out just a little bit. She'll see it and she will try to jump at it. She is. If she does, it is all harmless.
If you would like to lead the way to Vallaki, while we
Aaron,
still
you
have
notice
some
Wave
sunlight.
suddenly wrap his tail a bit more firmly around your arm.
I think they're weird too, Wave.
I pull out the
For standing sake, Wave is the name of the weird... there's actually a picture of him in the character section that you can see. He's a weird creature that is attached to Mara.
Oh my god, I haven't changed Marin's picture. I'm such an idiot. I'll do that later.
Change it, yeah, because you got the Laura Boland.
Sonny, are you okay to travel now? We're actually leaving pretty soon, so...
Your host says, just a reminder, if you do want to go to Krezek in the future, stop by here and we will ensure your end. Oh, and before you go, you did promise me you would give me a title to call you by.
Fuck.
Yes.
Why is this the second session that I joined on a different campaign where you have to give a title to the party?
Well, you see, the thing with Blood Sound is that we decided on a name months ago, but just hadn't used it. This campaign, we've actually not thought of a name.
Foggy with a chance of fire.
I still like the menagerie.
Misfits.
The Misfit Menagerie.
I think the menagerie is good.
The menagerie.
The menagerie is for guests only.
The rack snacks.
Cracking the snacks.
Crack.
Big snack, little snack.
Menagerie. It sounds like Menagerie is the winning name. Any
Yeah, all my name
idea,
suggestions
Jack?
were worse.
Go with
No,
the
we'll
menagerie.
play menagerie.
I mean, mine sounded pretty good.
That's like our version of the shits. Like, it's our the name that we don't pass around.
Every time we introduce ourselves, we go to people. Thrax always there, just like, we're Thracking the Snacks. We're known as the menagerie. Thracking the Snacks.
like-
That is
We've got
the name
t-shirts.
of somebody. I don't know who. Somebody who kept giving a name that wasn't.
And then it
actually
fucking
the title.
stuck.
What, Moonpix? What? No. That was
Yeah.
our names,
Yeah. Thanks.
When, I think you guys are missing the main part that I said there. Thrak and his snacks.
Oh, we know.
Sarah's
We know.
only half a
I
snack.
heard you.
Sarah's only half a snack.
Hadrian
big
is the
snacks.
big snack.
I'm a full
Okay.
snack.
Back in the room.
She's like the crumbs that you left at the bottom of the box. That's Sarah.
So, he says, Menagerie it is. I wish you luck on your journeys, and you can trust that we will keep an eye out. And if the time comes, we will give you what aid we can.
It's appreciated. Thank you.
As a character with a lot of bear in his stylization, the fact that this is the song on makes me really.
Fuck, why did we pick a group name that I can't spell?
I just got to that. I literally just got to that. Menagerie.
Menage.
MENAGE.
I just posted the only meme we need for the menagerie.
Okay, menagerie.
The menagerie.
Menage a
Yes.
trois. Right.
Let's head out.
No! My child is in this group. No! I have my map out while everyone else is jotting it down because I am too tired. I don't care. When I'm up in Dublin doing this, I'm doing 12 or 11-hour days. Fuck no Tatum King. Y'all can do it.
Snack.
Unfortunately, the Google definition of menagerie is not very good.
Neither are we.
Yeah, you
It's
don't know.
unfortunately kind of apt, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of why. That's why I thought it would be a good name.
Okay, shall we head off to Vallaki?
If you insist, oh Lord Mordecai.
Great, another minion. Let's leave.
Very funny.
I have my map.
Back
Can I
off,
make more
bitch.
survival
He's
checks?
mine.
I'm coming for everyone's territory.
Wave makes weird Splatoon noises that sound like objection, but
I make
what
my
were you saying
survival
about your map?
check?
A
I have my
survival
map
check.
out. Can I make my survival check to get us back?
Only
yeah.
Try not to
I
stand in a bear trap this time.
Perhaps Mordecai should take the lead on this one.
Oh, you got. If you guys.
How much
I'll
survival
keep
do
a
you
lookout.
Good,
have-
then Mordecai can step in a bear trap.
Probably not as much as you. If you're proficient, then not as much as you.
Yeah,
You guide us, and I'll keep a lookout for any dangers. Okay.
fuck off.
And I'll make
Excellent. And you want to make a perception check?
just keep looking out in the trees and the path. Any dangerous beings.
Apart from us.
A little bit. Purposely not.
I'm
looking
actually
for
starting to become a walking armory.
You start your travels,
You mean that happens in every single one of your campaigns?
Guys, tangent.
and Mordecai, you flying up, see this? There is somebody moving within the.
Do I get any idea of what are they moving like towards us, away from us, or just they're in the trees somewhere?
They seem to be moving towards the vineyard.
I'll fly down, let the group know. There's someone in the trees over there. Look like they're heading back where we came from.
Then do we wish to intervene and not lose an ally?
It's worth having just double checking.
Let's go back and check.
I will have a look.
You don't really go back. What I'm saying is they're heading towards you, towards the vineyard. If
Yeah,
Oh.
the noise is getting closer.
I will. I'll have a closer look. Just hold. I'll fly a little closer to the tree line and see if I can get a closer look.
I clamber
Roll
up onto
another
Hadrian's
perception.
shoulder.
The snake is hanging back.
Well, I've actually, I've lost them.
Yep, you've
Oh,
lost them
jeez.
completely.
Shit.
Oh god, I'm not making a stealth check. I may as well just cast Thunderwave.
I was muted, but the roll spoke for me.
Okay, looks like they must have gone.
Can I make a perception check, DM?
You can, but it's probably not much point now since Utota, you suddenly blink for a second and realize there's somebody kneeled in front of you.
That's a bad place to be with a
They-
samurai.
Ah! Just a
They-
sword height!
They're sort of doing the,
Blue!
they're sort of doing the 3-point landing bow, if that makes sense.
Terminator like.
With their head down, and they simply say, "Cap."
No, it's not this again.
As again he says. I'm just gonna stand back. Watch this.
I'm right next to him.
Oh, that's a real aesthetic.
Oh wow, I love their armor.
Can I reroll as this person?
Oh shit, yeah! This is one of our backup characters, guys. We have a pool.
They
How did
don't
you find
have
that
the-
image?
They don't have the sword.
Okay.
Yet.
Currently.
I say, full report.
Sir, I have only just awoken. I'm here to take your orders.
Ah, yes.
Hello.
Mordecai?
My name is Hadrian. Hadrian steps forward. Hello, my name is Hadrian. Who are you?
Companions of yours, Captain?
Yes. I'm undercover currently.
Would
She
you please
stands
tell
up,
me-
and this individual is very ninja. by your guess. She stands up and says, permission to give my name, sir.
Granted.
Sergeant Setsuna, reporting for duty.
You will now be known as Sergeant Satsuma amongst the group.
Satsuma!
Very good, sir.
Sashimi?
Can you type that into the chat, please?
Please type that into the chat.
What's Setsuna?
Sensori. What?
It's a no. Forbidden name. Forbidden meme.
I'm gonna be honest, when I heard it, I went,
We do not speak that name.
I'm just having flashbacks to fucking. If anyone watched Dodgers,
The
I Am
fucking-
Setsuna stream. It's a game called I Am Setsuna, and she just named everyone Setsuna. So every time she had like a choice, it was like agree with Setsuna or agree with Setsuna. She had no idea what was going on. Anyway,
Captain.
I
Could
will
you
ask.
please- One sorry.
I'll ask her. I have been on duty somewhere else recently, and I heard that the church in Vallaki has been attacked by Lord von Strahd. Do you know
Yes, sir.
why
I
in
believe the
particular?
Lord's attack was successful, although I do not know the details.
Are you traveling alone?
Yes, sir. I serve only you.
Hey, Satsuma. Who's your boss? Like, who's his boss?
Sir, your friends don't seem very well informed.
No,
Permission
I
to
have,
speak freely on details.
permission granted. I have kept them in the dark, but now is the time.
Yes, sir. Lord Strahd is the ruler of the army of which we are members.
So you work for Strahd,
We do.
No, I work for the captain.
and he works for Strahd.
Correct.
Can I insight check Juju? Does he work for Strahd?
Are you
I'm
fucking
gonna say-
serious?
I mean, I'm getting a pretty good
I'm-
look at Spook's face here, and the word clueless definitely
Yes,
comes to
yes.
I'm going to
In
insight check
character.
her. I'm going to insight check her.
In
I'm
character,
just gonna have fun with this whole situation.
do I know that Juju is lying, or is he?
Feel free to Spook. Feel free to whisper me the persuasion or deception roll, as would be.
I've never seen like such an underlying look of fear in someone's eyes as when you were like, granted.
Also, you can tell I've been trying to. Could you please tell me your mission? I'm quite curious.
Just subtle as a brick, as always, my friend.
Curls. What
Don't
do you
look at
expect
me.
from me?
Hayden, your insight was onto.
Here's the window. And here's
Hayden,
your
your
go-there.
insight. Hadrian, your insight was onto the ninja girl.
Yes, I'm trying to be like,
Okay.
let's go for shit!
Mordecai, you're not sure, actually. And, Hadrian, neither are you, actually.
Huh.
What?
Let me think. I already asked that.
You'll have to forgive Yatota. He had an incident in our last fight where he got a bit wrong in the head. He's not really remembering all that much.
It's a code name.
I understand, Cap. Would you like me to call you by this name?
No. Call me by my name.
Very well, Matogo.
All of our characters keep a completely straight face with this exchange.
Sarah doesn't. She
Yeah.
looks confused as hell.
This this name shouldn't be strange to you, Yato.
Oh, it's not.
The other guy called you.
I know. Yeah. Old suicide boy with the sticky icky gum. Very well.
What?
We have business.
Would you like me to tend to your wound, sir?
No, I'm fine. I'll walk it off. We are heading back to Vallaki to finish up Lord von Strahd's work, as he is limited in where he may go. So for us, could you you will go to Kresk and see if there's anything out of the ordinary at once.
Understood. Where should we rendezvous for reports?
We will be spending much time in Vallaki. Meet us at the Dusk Elf camp nearby.
Understood, sir. She nods.
Dismissed.
And she nods in a bow, and as soon as she said dismiss, she dashes off and runs directly upwards up a tree.
You guys know your Naruto, right?
Juju, a friend of yours?
A big furry hand is on your shoulder. What?
And a giant lizard claw mouth is on the other.
It appears that my identity has been mistaken. But I will roll with it for now. The person who I was talking to back in Vallaki, the reason why we were sent to the winery, killed himself before revealing his identity to me. But he mistook me for somebody called Motoko.
Twice, 2 different people.
I'm wanting to ride it out for now to see if I can gain any information.
I'm going to insight check his is he like, oh yes, this is definitely a thing, or is he like,
Are you still holding
roll
onto
an
his
insight,
shoulder?
and Spook, feel free to.
Yes, I'm
whisper
still holding
me,
onto his shoulder. damn it, when it's PvP, I don't fucking roll high.
Is this where the party breaks down and all fights each other?
And it wasn't even me.
Girls, we said it to you, didn't we?
Oh. If he's still holding on to Juju, I'm gonna crawl from his shoulder down his arm, so I'm like next to Juju's head, and I just like look in his ear as if I'm hoping to see something.
Hadrian, you're not entirely convinced, but yeah, he doesn't seem to be being deceptive, but you're not entirely convinced he's being entirely truthful. You're not sure. You're just not.
You know, pretending that you can have any element of authority was actually quite funny to watch.
I'm glad you got amusement in my peril. Again.
This is also very funny. Do you think you're being threatening?
She like you.
I do not let my words do the talking, I let my blade do the talking.
Yes, you're not very adept with your words.
But I am very adept with my blade.
And mouth. For talking.
Down!
Have I made a mistake coming?
Oh, quite possibly.
You don't have much of a choice, unfortunately.
You've made the greatest, worst decision of your life.
On the plus side, this will be memorable.
Remember, from the snake's point of view, you might be working for Strahd, so
Yeah, yeah. We're just no, just dig the hole deeper.
Okay, so we've got it.
No, okay, go on.
No, go
Strahd
on.
person.
No, you buddy. I have talked to.
The snake is talking.
Right, Steeple, go.
This Strahd vampire you speak of. Why do you speak so much of him?
He is the ruler of this land and a terrifying being.
And that is an issue because
We are not permitted to leave this realm while he is on the throne. Or at least that is what we have heard from every person we have spoken to.
Yeah.
And
he's in
have you
charge with
tried
that.
leaving?
The fog simply turns
Please
around.
be my guest and try.
We
I
have
have
been
merely
warned
made my
by.
way here. I do not know.
Fog dangerous.
We have been told multiple times that the fog is very inhospitable.
I'll
Not
insight
that there
check
is a
them.
Sure, inside check Papa Hadrian.
And the baby.
Yeah.
Just a group
Stanty,
You
roll an
could
insight.
inside check me, but it's just there's nothing here but sarcasm.
Stanty, roll an insight. Hadrian, you don't know. I don't even have to ask anyone to roll anything else. You don't know. You don't know what's wrong with these. You don't know what's wrong with these people. You're just sure there's not. It's
Nothing right.
possibly more a malady of lack of IQ than malice per se.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
You rolled a 1.
I'm smart. Fighting.
Right, if we're all perfectly done attacking each other, should we get going?
Yeah, so just you guys take your hands off of Juju. We have decided he is not a servant of Strahd.
If he is a servant of Strahd, we're going to find out very quickly the moment we walk into Vallaki.
If he is, then
Actually,
I feel betrayed.
Mordecai,
Then he's
you
dead.
have known me since the day you met me.
I was about to say.
Most people have met most people.
Which is
since
why I
the day
trust
they
you.
met them.
Thank you, Mordecai.
Well, these two apparently were together before they came here.
Well, not
Remember right.
together, but we was
They were together.
in the same place.
We also know
They're
us
together.
Not together.
Yeah, they were
together.
banging.
We're roommates.
Oh my
They
god, they
were
were
roommates.
Shit.
It's really bad that I keep calling him Master then.
Like I said, they were banging.
I take a step back.
Don't worry, you're not my type.
Interestingly, you said to him that he's known you since he met you, as opposed to Hadrian and Sarah, who has met her since he known her.
Should we go?
Let us.
Blue, I don't need a
Make
blood.
another survival check if you would like to carry on.
Make a survival
fucking
check to
need
live
to.
through what Blue just said.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
It's simple
Rock
logic.
brain hurt.
Nah, Sarah, just kill me.
I do wish to learn
I
more
pick
about
up
this
the
matter.
nearest branch. Ah!
Sarah, I'm trying to. Sarah, it's in my face. Sarah.
Ah!
You're a bit distracted, so I'll just make some rolls here.
Have I seen any other
Bear
Right,
trap,
grab.
bear trap.
Sorry, guys. Spook?
Have I seen any other hobgoblins since we've been here?
No. You guys haven't seen any Furblogs, Tritons?
I was gonna say
kobolds?
any of
We haven't
us.
seen any of us. Have we seen a tiefling?
We've seen a drow.
Oh, well, no, wait, that's not true. You did see a tiefling.
Ah, we saw a tiefling.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna remind you
Mordecai.
who, but you did see one.
Mordecai's currently winning.
I'm getting more and more concerned about this misidentification.
Could be useful if you can keep it up. You don't have that
Could
look
be
on your
dangerous.
face of general fear and mild confusion.
Either all us hobgoblins look alike, which I don't believe is right, or I look incredibly similar to somebody very powerful.
And you'd have no way
I
to prove that
believe
you're
it.
not that person.
I don't
perhaps
remember
you
who I
have
really
a
am.
twin.
Sorry, go ahead, Sanji.
Perhaps you have a twin.
Possible.
Head
The evil twin.
Oh my dear God, we battle with your evil twin atop a rooftop in a storm cloud.
Wait.
The other hobgoblin have a small goatee.
Juju, are you the evil twin? Answer truthfully.
He hangs around with
no
you.
idea.
He
I
must
don't
be
even know
fine.
if this is my brother.
He's fine.
Maybe
He's fine. Guys, don't worry. He's fine.
It could be a brother, a father, a non-relative, and technically all goblins are evil in some form or another. It's their society. Stop looking.
But yet you are a good person.
It's because I am not part of a society. My master is Lord Mordecai. Although that does bring my alignment into some question, for he is neither a good person.
I'm a good person.
Absolutely none of you are good people. I don't want to alarm you.
I was gonna say,
Hey.
I'm not a good person. I eat people.
I am not a good person.
Bitch, I eat
good
people.
this poor fucking dude just came up to us and we're like, oh, none of us are good people.
I mean,
Hey, you do that in the furball because we're trying to raise this cobalt room where both get offended.
I stand by what I said.
I
Greatly insulted.
know I've done some questionable things, but I'm a good person.
You look after your
Sure.
wallet more so
That's
than
what
you look
every
after
good
your morals.
person thinks.
That is a fair observation.
Mordecai, if you want to be a better person, it's on you to change.
He doesn't want to be a better person, he wants to be a wealthier person.
I'm the best person I can be.
My point
And
stands.
I go every day aiming towards that goal.
Stop
Slow
looking at
incline.
me!
It's a very steep incline.
Congratulations,
move on.
Yotota. You have drawn the attention of the stick child.
Yeah, this is as we walk. Also,
Yeah, we're walking and talking.
Yep, I figured you were.
The Sarah Juju eye contact is very intense. I know you can't see it anymore, but it's actually kind of intimidating.
Last time I've seen her stare this much at anyone, it was when fucking Alistair stole Dermot's money.
I agree with Narrowin.
It's been about an hour since you left the vineyard. You've come up to
Do
the
I hit the
crossroad.
same bear trap?
No, I picked
That'd
it
have been a
up.
neat trick, being that I was back there somewhere.
That'd be brilliant.
It's Barovia!
Someone's just moving it a little bit in front of us every time.
The phantom bear trap that follows Hadrian.
it's a mimic.
Damn it, you got that Friday.
All that's gonna happen is Strahd will go, you've come to my ultimate trap. It's just a giant bear trap and it just goes over us.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
As you come to the crossroad, just sort of standing there, sort of doing nothing next to the bridge, is a person you recognise in particular, Thrak.
Oh,
It is the bandaged man with the massive cleaver-like weapon. To explain it to the rest of you people,
That
because I
was a
didn't actually.
face.
To explain it, it sort of looks like a cleaver, but the handle just sort of goes along the length of where the cleaver would normally be, and then at the end, the blade curves up, so it also has a forward-facing part. If that makes any sense at all.
I get you. It's almost like a demon hunter from WoW's kind of thing, like it's like the massive curb, or like a ward, or like a bloodborne weapon.
Oh,
Kinda
like, yeah, the
weapon.
hunter saw? Okay.
Yeah,
I was
just-
just thinking about Bloodborne.
Dr. Bloodborne.
Hello, my name is Dr. Bloodborne.
as everybody tries to Google pictures.
No.
Does not.
We all see the figure.
No, I'll just make
correct.
that longer. But the blade sort of looks like that.
She said.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a sickle, but the handle is just a bit different.
Yeah, the handle.
Yeah,
Imagine
okay.
there's a handle in the middle, where the curve is. There's a handle that comes from there and just goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, but we all
So
see.
it's basically like you have a sword on one end and then like a scythe kind of thing on the other, kind of thing.
Yeah, only it. Yeah, more or less.
I get you.
Not a friendly weapon.
And now is standing on a bridge in front of us.
So we can all see Pyramid Head's cousin.
I walk forward.
A lot
Rhombus
like
face.
Oh, great.
He,
I walk
he
forward
nods,
ahead of everyone.
He nods to he nods to you and you say,
No friend.
"Hello. I could use a word in private with you if you have time."
I look at the back of the party.
Everyone's
I
just
shrug. I shrug.
Sure, let's talk.
I've got good berries. Don't do it.
It's fine. It's fine.
What's
Do
the
you
worst that'll
allow
happen?
him-
He'll
Do
die.
you allow him to go make this conversation in private with this man?
Can I inside check that motherfucker?
I mean, do you need to? Do you really need to?
He needs numeric clarification that this is a bad person.
Sure, make an insight check. But also describe to me what you're trying to determine by, like, if it just is that.
this alley with me. I've got something to show you.
Definitely
He
not going to
doesn't
murder
seem to have
you.
any malice towards Thrak.
Malice.
Doesn't have. Any
Hello,
malice.
you are my souffle for the evening.
Yeah, he doesn't. It doesn't look like he's going to eat Thrak.
If anything, I'll eat him first.
There's not many people that eat Thrak.
By all
Um,
means.
In Soviet Barovia, people eat rat.
Oh, and they're gone.
Hi, Stanjay!
Hello!
Hello. It's so nice to be in a game with you. Hello, suspicious
regret
people.
saying that.
So what are you
For one
playing?
reason or
He's
another.
playing a 1T.
What
I know that!
Do you? Because you wrote it wrong.
I know that now! Incidentally,
No, I
1T
think-
normally look human and have very
think-
slight snake
It
features.
depends on the 1T.
I know. But that's why initially I was like, this is fun.
I am concerned he's coming for my gig.
You're not a warlock. I think you're a wizard.
There's already 2 other lizards in this party, and now we've
Not
got
what
a
I was
third
referring
one.
to.
I believe him to be a sorcerer.
I think he's a sorcerer as well.
Sorcerer.
You
I
would
think
be
he's a wizard.
correct in that assumption.
Hey!
Not going on my territory. You're safe for
Oh
now.
god, fucking meta magics. Joy of joys. Please take the one that means
Hell
you can
yes.
cast silently.
I don't know. I don't know what he's
I'm
done.
going to use this opportunity to have a toilet break.
You will
Run.
have to find out.
We will have to kill you. No.
No, we're not.
I'd rather you don't.
Yeah, we're not killing Stangy, damn it. Oh, by the way, Nemo was an entire cunt and entirely threw me off, as well as Stacy did. Because they went down into DM Whispers earlier and were chatting away happily.
Oh, yeah.
And then they popped up, she fucked off and used like the ghost things, and when she did that, Stangy was the one who came in, I was like, wait, did Stacy change her character? She's now... And then I look and I saw the bastard just smirking on time.
Hello.
I love you, really. You're horrible, but I
What was all
like
this
you.
talk about Nemo said there was too many characters in the campaign?
I did
Yeah,
one
no,
initially. Well, it was when I talked to him initially, and then like 6 hours ago, he was like, "Do you want to join?" It's like, "Fuck, all right." When's the next campaign? 6 hours. Fuck.
I've got to make
Yeah.
a shitty one-dimensional character.
Nemo be like that. Nemo be like
Nemo
that.
be like that sometimes.
I'm
Welcome aboard.
I'm also
Why do you have a
RPG.
prop weapon now? Explain.
Birthday
It's a
gift.
birthday present.
Aw.
What?
Spook has a prop weapon.
Oh, right, that thing. Yeah.
A calife.
I'm not going to lie, Stangy. I'm very, very glad that there's somebody else in this campaign aside from.
Oh, that's nice.
It's awesome. Aside from Marin, who can do it maybe once, maybe twice, that can bust out a 3rd level spell.
Very nice.
We've got a more important question that we need to ask him. Can you cast Identifier?
Can you heal?
No, sorcerers don't get
I'm
it.
a sorcerer. Sorcerers don't even get
Damn
that.
it.
Nope. Oh, and I think it's basically only wizards, right? Pretty
I
much.
guess bards.
I don't
Wizards
get
and
it.
bards.
Wizards and bards, yeah, because I don't get it.
The bards
Wizards,
get
bards, and knowledge domain cleric.
Thought I was
What's
gonna say clerics get it as well, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
sorry, not that kind of power.
it. It's cool.
Like I said, I'm not necessarily great at combat. I can protect myself.
I imagine you're going to be the, oh look, it's a robed guy, better hit it. Nope, 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 nope. Fuck.
I have
We
15
shall
AC.
see.
Stangy, the
He has better
electric
AC
eel.
than me.
You probably got a higher AC than, yeah, you got an higher AC than me too.
Only because of a feat that Nemo let me take, but
Nice.
Look at that. The Spook's got the
bird
cat and
lay
knife
eggs.
face.
I'm a snake. I'm hungry.
I have AC for days.
Not as much as Nose, though, bitch.
Oh, no.
Fighting words.
I don't think any character in any game ever is going to have as much AC as Nolsdale.
Good.
How much
Thane-
AC is Nostro got?
Thane-
Don't even
can-
say Thane in the same sentence as Nolsto.
Thane can get it once a turn on reaction.
How much AC is Nostro
With
got?
shield.
With shield and shield of faith, he can get 26.
24 just always without buffs.
Yes.
Yeah, he's always got it.
That's nice. I like
Just by
that.
existing,
This is why
he has
I'm
24
hoarding.
AC.
I'm hoarding.
There's a
And I am
reason.
planning to improve
Yeah,
it
give me the
over
play, bitch! I want it! I'm not gonna lie. If all this Balance shit gets sorted out and they're like, I'll give a gift to each one of you, Thane's just gonna go, plate!
Plate!
No, please! And I don't mean a saucer where I can eat my food on. I want an actual suit of plate armor.
So,
Elsa's armor was right there, man.
am I replacing Naruen in the
Except-
campaign?
I'm not.
gonna die right now.
Anyway, enough
I'm
talking about my
not-
game. No talking about my game.
Firstly, no.
First
I
of all,
can't take
fuck you.
Ilsa's. I can't take Ilsa's. And I can't. Everyone you're giving it to is somebody who's got somebody looking for them and could look for their armor.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
All I can
You
think
Taking it at a cost, bitch.
All I can think of is John Mulaney. Is there anything you want to talk about? Not unless a bunch of people become really cool about a bunch of stuff really quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are very cool with shit. Spoiler alert, they're not.
Hello.
This is a worryingly long conversation that he's having with the meat man.
The meat man cometh.
That's what's happening. Look at that angry bean with the smushed face. She looks like not a real cat. But she's so full of evil and
It's not
contempt.
a cat, it's
That's
a gremlin.
what your Tota looks
Noisy
like.
fucking little thing.
It is
Does your Tota
evil,
look like
it's
that?
pure evil.
Your
Try
Tota
to
looks
cook
like
and the
that.
bloody thing just keeps getting in between my legs like it wants something. Piss off!
No, don't tickle the belly. No, don't tickle the belly. Ah, anger.
Pick it up!
Already picked it up.
It's not she anymore, isn't it? You are a gremlin.
She's so unhappy.
Yeah.
She's so unhappy.
It's all fun and games until she swats Spook in the face.
Yeah. Thing is, I hope that the Twitch chat is still up so we get to see it. Like, you know, it gets recorded, can be
I can
clipped.
Twitch clip it, yeah.
Yeah.
Toe beans.
No, not the toe
Oh.
In
beans.
Barovia, the pussy slaps you.
No, not the toe beans.
Toe
No,
beans.
not the toe beans.
Put the gremlin down. Let it go and be a horrible gremlin elsewhere.
Meow.
Meh.
Cat is Waluigi now.
Why do you die? Why do you
Who's
die?
gonna be the next Smash character? You are.
Sadie.
Yes, you are.
Sadie screams into battle.
Runs into a fucking box.
Meow, not happy,
Oh, I'm
meow.
gonna climb on the desk now. Nope, gonna immediately jump down off the desk.
You can't jump.
She can
As far
fall.
as cats go, she's disabled.
Yeah, she doesn't look too sure about this attempt, does she, hon?
Even if I had basic plate, I would be able to then hit a, let's see, that'll be 28 AC
There
on
we
one
go.
turn.
There we go.
Shield and Shield of Faith. I could just go, did you crit me? Fuck off. Did you hit somebody else? I'm gonna hit you for doing it.
Happy I know what fighting style, what feat Nosdo could get next that would make him fucking broken.
What?
We'd have to take a change of weapon, but it would probably be very worth it for you.
How dare you? What?
Hang on, let me just look up something.
Two weapon fighting, is it?
No.
No.
If he was okay with
Worse.
swapping to a scimitar or a short sword, he could take defensive duelist, where as a reaction he can add his
Oh,
proficiency.
stop
bonus to
your
his AC.
fucking talk.
No, I
Stop
need
your
my
fucking
shield. I
talk.
like my shield.
Yeah,
No,
he
no,
needs
you
that
have that
shield.
as well.
Oh.
Yeah, defensive duelist is when you are wielding a
A
finesse weapon.
short sword? Fucking... I'm a dwarf!
I know, that's what I'm
Not a
saying.
pansy!
If you actually, it just doesn't. It could be a finesse axe if you found one, but just.
I'm not
the
giving
feat
you
in
a
itself.
finesse axe.
It's fine,
Oh, God.
Naren can make one.
We have a
We
blacksmith
got a vaccine in the party!
with a hammer that was literally the result of a wish.
Hey,
I'm sure something like a finesse battle axe is child's play.
Yeah, he just has to go dink and it's made.
See, Stanji? Then you could have your proficiency bonus as part of your AC.
Thanks, Das, we are still live. But...
Hi, welcome back.
Are you dead?
Yeah.
I walk out of the forest.
You missed a conversation.
Several.
Alright. Shall we continue?
I'm not gonna go over any of that. You've been gone for probably a good 15 minutes.
Yeah, do you not want to tell us what's going on there? I know. But when I say do you want to tell us, I mean
Please
tell
tell
us.
us.
By the way, we can still see your ceiling.
Yes.
Greetings.
He has come back with a small sack of a small
I have
pouch
more
of
meat.
Meat!
Yeah.
That raises more questions than it answers.
Snack!
No.
No.
I would not eat that if I were you.
Wah!
Right, can I
He
see that
already
meat,
eats
Solomon?
people.
Huh?
Can I see that meat for a moment?
Sure.
Mordecai would not suggest eating that meat. You have no idea where it's been.
I take
Who
it
has
from
been.
Who it was?
I take the bag.
Yep.
I empty it onto the ground,
Okay.
and I just inspect the bag, but inside and out for any markings.
Ah, he's checking for another
Marking
mark.
Pardon?
It's the same marking as before.
Okay.
That was perfectly good meat that you just threw on the ground.
I mean, it fell out of the bag. I'm really sorry. I just tried not to.
Guys, look, I can do Captain Tusktooth.
Investigating the meat at all, or do you not care?
Give me the bag back. Here you go.
I'm sure
Pull
we
it
can
back.
wash the meat if you are that desperate to eat it, but we are next to a river.
Can I make a nature check about,
Just
you
Take
know...
the meat to the river,
Yep, you can make a nature
wash
check.
it off,
Nature
and put
check
it
on
back in my
medicine.
bag.
It's just a little
Was
suspicious.
this
you know,
did this meat used to be...
Make a nature check.
This is where the DM goes, define people.
There's a lot of people in this world.
Lots of people, technically.
That's a medicine check.
Yeah, that
I
works.
thought he said a medicine.
Yep,
you
you're-
roll like shit. Sorry, go on.
I would say that's enough to know you're pretty sure that's human meat.
Yeah, no one is eating that meat.
I take a piece of meat and eat it.
Except for Thrak.
I mean,
Dark eats people all the time.
technically, human meat isn't actually that bad for our party. There's only one.
Yeah,
of
none
us
of you
is
are
None of us
not
are human.
Well, the tiefling is
I'm not half human.
arguably like human with infernal blood.
And now the
The
character...
vampire is also half.
I was gonna say, and the thing we all know about out of character, most of us know about Yanti is cannibalism.
I think
but-
Yanti fuck snakes. I'm pretty sure they don't draw the line at cannibalism.
I'm just saying that at least
They were
at
jorts.
least
Judging me.
half of this party fall under the category that says monstrous races in the handbook.
I mean, technically mine doesn't, but
God, I wish I brought Karad. He'd be in there with you having all the fun.
I wish.
Yep.
Any of you have spare bits that you don't need?
Spare what?
Spare bits.
You know, bits of flesh or
No!
I
I'm
hug
currently
my
using
tail.
it.
Yeah, let me just cut off my fucking arm.
I
Here
would
you
not
go.
even be sarcastic.
Do not be sarcastic with him right now. Thrak,
What the fuck?
why are
do
you
want me to do
requesting
that?
bits?
Frank?
Thrak.
Speak to us, Frank.
oh,
Silence
Speak
didn't
with
help
you.
him.
His
people
mic
who
is sticking out slightly.
no, the people that I've been talking to, the symbol here actually used to be linked to a creature that's now long gone, dead. I'm guessing that used to be able to regrow its flesh, but now that they're trapped in this realm, they've been able to. They have not feasted upon human. However, they find that they have a lack of different flavors within the area, as they've tasted everything. And if I were to give them anything unneeded by you guys, they may give me powers in.
No.
I take a very defensive stance.
Hold on. Should you mean?
I'm not
meat,
saying.
Frank,
I'm not
do you mean
saying-
meat that we've found, and you want us to give it to them, or pieces of us?
Basically, if I were to give them one of your wings, I could have an army.
And what you gonna do about that, Frank?
I mean, I'm not doing again. I'm not doing anything as of right now.
As of right now, but going forward.
Because
How do you feel about that?
Again, as I was about to say, if for whatever reason, if in battle against other creatures we happen to lose things, I may take them. However, if it is unneeded. But I will not be actually trying to take anything from you guys unless it is something that happens within battle.
Note to self, do not get dismembered.
Yutota,
Yes.
if I happen to die in battle, he doesn't touch me. Okay?
He
Master
doesn't touch
Mordecai, if you are
anyone.
to fall in battle, it will only be after I have fallen first.
Then I'll make sure he doesn't take either of you.
And as such, I will be unable to fulfill that request, with which I apologize for now.
Disobeying me again.
You will be dead. What the fuck will you care?
It'd be very dishonorable.
It's like
Oh no.
how nature does. It's recycling, decomposing. Instead of it going to nature, it goes to punishing humans or
I'm
creatures.
not.
Does
I'm not-
does this creature sort of ring any bells in like what it could possibly
I'm
be? Or
thinking
what it would
troll.
like? I was thinking like a troll. Like
Well, no, the guy
regenerate.
that was talking.
Yeah, I think your mic is cutting out now.
Yeah, your mic's cutting out.
The guy that was talking. Ah!
Thrak just having a moment to himself. Turning to Popeye.
The guy that was talking.
Nope, still the same.
The guy that was talking.
I think
God damn it!
it must be like your wire or something.
Turn your input sensitivity up because it cuts out towards the end of your sentences when you're naturally getting more quiet.
Guy that was talking to me
Yeah.
was human, and
Oh.
that's where this meat came from. Was from him.
Okay.
God damn it! This fucking headset.
You got it.
I
We
mean,
got
it's much
that.
better now.
Good.
Nemo, can I insight check how tempted by this Thrak seems?
Once again, roll an insight check and Thrak roll whatever S is appropriate to whisper.
Why?
I'll fill in the answer for you, Das. Very. He's just said if we lose anything, he's having it.
Today you have rolled 2 4s, 2 2s, and a 7.
I did roll an 18.
This poor Sneeple.
He had a fucking wonderful episode to come in with us, didn't he?
Made some interesting rolls today.
Concern.
Thrak.
Yeah. Go ahead and give him a slight indication of how you feel.
It's so. I mean, although yes, Thrak, given the opportunity to have, power, yes, is a good thing. However, he's not going to risk his safety and the way of getting home over just some extra power.
Noted.
So he's an opportunist.
It's
Aren't we all?
it's extra power over here, getting the fuck out of here and going back to his swamp over here. It's kind of a bit higher. No, he's
Donkey!
lizard folk, and they love or at least he lived in the swamp.
In a not dangerous Shadowfell swamp.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let us keep moving and keep an eye on our limbs.
If anyone ever looks at me, I have an extremely concerned face. If you can tell from a Sneeple face.
I think
Welcome aboard.
that impression and fully understanding why.
I mean, he is out of character. He is the new guy. I mean, do we really need him?
I don't trust you.
Narrowing! Justin!
Look,
When
he's
people
just
talk
saying,
about the corruption of Barovia, this is what they mean.
Yeah!
where do you think the saying comes from? Cut the head off the snake and the tail dies. Why waste it?
The body dies, not the tail.
Shall
I'm
we
just saying.
move?
Anyway,
Let's head.
Just to clarify,
Please,
though,
God.
Aaron, were you implying that you had no trouble with him taking your body when you're dead?
I mean, I'll be fucking dead.
That's one way to look at it, I suppose.
So what he really wants from us, even though he can't write, is he wants us all to give him organ donor cards.
basically is what I'm at. If you would like to donate your bodies to science,
Hey,
I
Make
feel
sure
like
you're so
I
you can
need
some
that clip. It's
playtime.
like, sorry, what was that, Aaron? Did you say, can I have your bits? Anyway. It is at this point you see the folks you remember from the winery taking a carriage of empty wine barrels back to the winery, making their
People.
How's the devastation?
It is bad, miss. The people are likely to break out into revolution. Hopefully the wine calms them a bit, but I don't like the look of it.
did they say anything was stolen from the church?
The guards have been trying to cordon off the church after the attack, but with blood running the streets, I fear that cordoning off the church in that fashion has only led to more.
Let us see what we can do to help then.
Good luck. And they head on
Thank
their
you.
way.
I vote for enforcing martial law.
You would.
We
want
must be
strong
willing
minions.
to
Alright, which way would you like to go?
The well.
I remember very specifically we said that we would take the way we didn't travel pre.
That was because we was looking for the wine delivery.
Found it.
We dealt with that.
We could go the southern route because that's where the Duck Elves are, right? The Dusk Elves are?
Well, they're
No,
across the
they're
river, so
just-
it doesn't matter what route we take.
They're there, like there.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Currently, you've got a choice of going left or right to Kazakh or.
Oh, we go
Basically-
right.
Actually,
Which way did we go before?
we went the south route. I would say go the north route because
No,
we're avoiding the fucking hag.
We're not at that crossroads yet, as I said. We're
He's
at the
asking-
bridge.
He's asking, are we
Let's
going to
start-
commit and
yeah.
continue
Just want to
going
make
this
sure
way, or
you
are
don't
we
want to
We-
change your mind.
Oh
No.
shit!
Back.
Sorry,
Back.
sorry.
Because, you know,
We
Jeez, sorry,
continue.
my bad.
We've had a couple of NPCs say, hey, it's probably pretty shitty at this town at the moment. Are you sure?
Commit.
Yeah.
They didn't really seem to be, you know,
Yes.
they're capable. It's more of a, you know, I don't want you to just decide for.
No.
Hey, heads up. That's basically it.
Yeah, I'm happy to continue.
I want to go.
Alright,
because the church.
roll a survival. Somebody, anybody.
I'll do it. I
No.
wouldn't do it.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, he actually rolled something higher than.
Suck my dick. That's the second time I've done an 18 on a survival.
Out of 7.
Any particular way? Just keep going forwards towards the town at this cross section. You're not going south, I don't.
I'd say
Follow the
go.
path.
We'll
I was
continue
gonna
on-
say because we went.
No, I mean
South.
this south.
Yeah, we
There's this
continue
road
on.
here.
We continue on at this one,
And then
we keep going.
and then I propose we take the
I'll
path
just
we took
assume you
before,
are.
the southern path.
Okay,
We take
so
the same path we took before.
the
I
road
would
less
just-
travelled or the proper road?
The road more travelled.
The reason
Proper,
I
yeah.
don't want to go the south route is because that's very close to where we know the hag.
That's fine.
yeah,
I mean, we
Hag
also
last
walk-
time. So.
We also
You say
walked that
very close. It's like
I thought she
4
lives.
miles.
The alternative is walking down a path that not
Remember-
really a path in an area where we know that some of Strahd's
Yeah,
people are
it
hanging
is.
out, so
remember
I would take
12
the path one.
hexes is an hour's walk, although that would be as the crows fly, so, or the raven flies in
The
this case.
ruins of Berez
But of
is
course,
where it was-
you couldn't walk that fast over a mountain.
Yeah, ruins of Berez were where she was rumoured to be around. And that would literally be an hour's worth of walking, so we're not near to them. Near to them is like, a mile around it.
Yeah, because she's actually down here, not
somewhere.
here.
Yeah.
Still, when you think about it, an hour's walk isn't that far, it's just Barovia's not that... It's... Yeah, you're fairly enclosed here. It's not...
Okay,
that
if
sort of,
everyone's agreeing to it, I'll go south.
I feel like travelling on a normal road is better than a...
We've got no real reason to take the North Road when we've taken this route before.
Yeah, we know this route is
Well,
moderately
there
safe.
before, wasn't that where we found the meat man the first time? Up here.
No.
No, we met
No.
him east. We met him on the east
This is where
side
we met.
of the village.
This is where we met the
It was
the
before
crazy
we got to
gnome.
Valaki.
That was where the crazy gnome
Among
was.
other
I knew there
things.
was something there. Okay.
I thought
There was
we
a-
met
there was a
Crazy
couple
Gnome
things on
somewhere
this road.
here, and Meat Man.
There's a
was
couple
somewhere
of
here.
things on this road.
Okay.
Meat man
Keep
may
heading
have
towards town.
Meat Man was ages ago.
Yes,
Keep
head
heading
towards
towards
town.
town.
Yeah.
To Valaki.
I sit on Hadrian's shoulder, but I'm like turned around so I can look back, and I'm like just staring at the new snake person.
Would you like to go and say hello?
A yeeter.
I
Father of
avoid.
the Year award goes to.
Less of a yeet and more of a heat.
What the hell's a heat?
There's a
Anyway, you propel
Put
the
the child
small
on the
kobold.
ground.
Yeah,
How do you think she's gotten such quick and good reflexes?
I
Wow,
just
that
yeet
doesn't make
the
it sound bad.
She eat the child. She's adapted.
How did your
Yeah.
child learn to be an acrobat? I kept throwing her at the fucking wall until she learned
It's
to
like
land.
teaching somebody to swim by throwing them in the deep end.
This is rapidly
That's not-
evolving
it
less
worked.
from a father and daughter relationship and literally just an abusive relationship. Consider your
I mean, I
words.
did take you to Barovia.
No, you didn't. You
Anyway,
unwillingly went
you
there.
end up in the vague direction of the Sneeple.
Yes.
Hi.
Sully.
Sullian.
Yeah. Hi.
I am merely grateful that she is preoccupied with yourself and not me. And I move closer to the front of the group.
I've never had a bird.
What?
Also, I would have been walking behind Cillian at this.
Nothing.
Bird.
Actually, she's more shrimp.
What?
She's a bird.
She's a kobold. Not a kenku.
Yeah, kobold, small lizard thing.
Come on, Stan,
Like
you know
dragons.
kobolds. They killed you once.
Baby.
And what was that?
The resurgence of painful memories.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing.
I'm Nosdo,
Hey,
level
okay.
1 character. I've got 19 AC. Oh fuck, I've been stabbed
Stab,
to death
stab,
by
stab,
kobolds.
stab, 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 stab.
You remember now?
Anyway.
Yeah, remember when I
Go
said
back.
that the party has 3 reptiles in it? One of them's me. She's 4 years old and is 2'4". She's tiny.
And no.
I'm 400 years old and 7 foot tall.
Yeah. It is curious.
Curious. Hi.
Insensitive questions in the head.
Question. Why?
Come on, little one. Let's walk along.
I turn to Mordecai and say, ironically, the most information we're probably going to get out of our newcomer is by the child pestering them.
Hey, it's the best method.
If we keep our voices down, they will be preoccupied and we will be finally rid of the child.
I can hear you.
That would be a delight.
The bliss.
That was the bliss breath of like a father just being like, you know, for one weekend we won't have the kids because they'll be at camp. Oh God, I won't have to pick up shit.
As the actual father turns around looking at you.
We've had a week. I'm already sick of you.
Adrian, keep your eyes on the road.
Fingers.
Pardon?
Four fingers. Or thumb. Sarah holds up her hands. She technically has 3 fingers and a thumb, but she's not very good with numbers. Yeah.
Yes, I see you are a kobold. I have
Snake.
not came across many of you previously.
Snake.
Close enough.
Snake man.
Oh my god. Oh my god. If he ever dies. Snake! Snake! Snake!
Dun, 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 dun.
Snake man.
That's why you're the
You
boss.
said if.
You assume he can die.
What is your query, child?
Snake man have legs?
Yes.
All this time he's been slithering along the floor. We've just none of us
See.
have clocked it.
I'm in a row walking.
And hands.
Yeah, yes. As you can see.
Snake man. And snake.
Is there a point to your questioning because you're now starting to irritate me and I'm stood a good 10 feet away from you?
I am more of man than snake
Don't raise
in
your
my
voice
appearance
at the
as
child.
opposed to my head.
She's winding me up.
Alright. Go down, Wayne Bruce.
So
I'll just keep this going until you're moving on.
Yeah, that's...
We're walking. And
snake have legs and Thrak have leg and Sarah have leg.
Yes.
Some of my people do not have legs.
Oh,
What?
oh.
Some of my people do not have snake heads like I do.
Are some of your people born amputees?
No, some of my people are more human. Some of my people are more snake.
What a strange culture.
We are a diverse peoples.
Dive.
It means there are many different types of the same thing.
Oh, lots.
Yes.
Lots.
I do not know much about the Wantias people.
Hoi.
Do not try and
And
say that
it's-
word.
Hoi.
Please.
Probably better that way. We are quite solitary normally.
Snake.
Then what brings you to traveling upon your own?
It was merely a detour which I was not planning to get abducted.
From where?
From where I locally reside
Huh?
at Swaris.
Swiss.
From the normal world, would that name ring any bells? Or is that just like foreign, other side of the planet sort of stuff?
You've never heard of it. But remember earlier you had a conversation where one of you mentioned Netherwinter and none of you, and some of you had never heard of it.
So we are from very, very varied places.
Yep.
Where are you from, little one?
Forest.
Straightforward answer.
With hatred. She points.
Hey Nemo, what's the name of the forest we're from?
Yeah.
She points at Hadrian. Forest with Hadrian.
Nemo panically looks for his notes, like,
Now, I know what the forest is called, but that's not what Hadrian would call it anyway. What various people call forest is varying difference to the people who live in
That's
it.
very true.
What would I call the
That's why
forest then?
Sarah just
Nutmeg?
called it the forest.
The 100-acre wood.
Oh my god, Sarah's my piglet.
You call it... you call it Emerald Hill Zone. No. But basically, you basically call it the Emerald Forest.
It is the Forest of Emeralds.
Do I know where that is?
Nope, never heard of it.
As I'm talking to you, the sort of pigeon skull is on a string just dangling around from my neck.
Burp.
It is for magic.
Magic.
I was hoping it was a prized kill.
Married, no magic.
It is a pigeon skull.
Not much of a prize.
That would seem like a very easy query.
He's not wrong.
What magic? Marine magic?
Magic which is embedded within me.
Ow.
So you're a sorcerer. Ugh.
That is a good question.
Sorcerer.
I hate you.
You never really.
Sorcerer snake.
Sorcery.
Sorcerer snake Syrian.
Beings born innately
Yes.
magic.
Severus Snape.
And I'll hasten her face with my tongue, just going diggy 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 diggy.
Just tickling her with your tongue.
Reptilians are gross.
That's just rude.
And pick up a rock
Yeah,
and throw
like
it to
really.
Juju.
Did not scratch my armor. Keeping this.
Now, you've been having this conversation for a while. It eventually has been an 2.5 hour journey, but we're probably arriving at town.
Oh my god, 2.5 hours of you attempting to communicate.
No,
I'm
I think
I'm
after,
trying to say the letter S.
I think after a while, Sarah does that thing that a lot of kids do, where in her mind she just goes, "Okay, I'm done with this conversation," and just walks off without saying anything. She just sort of ends and just goes.
I'm just going to make a note in the book. We travel to Vallaki, and then just underneath I'm just going to put the letter S on repeat for the rest of the page, and then turn over.
I do not mind the child.
You will.
She sort of skips away,
Right.
kind of happy.
Speaking
It's
of
fine.
child, a time hop from 2 years ago of my niece with a horse with my dad.
I thought that
Anyway.
was a cow.
Cutie.
That's no way to talk about my father.
No.
Eventually, she
It
just
kind
sort
of
of
is.
skips away, content with the conversation.
Oh look, we've arrived.
Oh,
Thank
thank God.
They haven't. Right, do we want to
Speaking
swing
of
by the
God.
camp first to see these elves?
I would highly doubt that the person who spoke to me in the forest would be there by now. I was more looking to get into the city as quickly as possible.
We took a while.
We may as well look. It's a good point of retreat, should we need it.
Surely there's no way they could have made it past us in the time.
They
Just
seem
wait a
quite
minute.
capable.
Or
you said
would
you
you
were
rather
good
go
at
into the... Would you rather go
He's
into
only
the
got 3
camp first?
fingers.
It is up to you, Mordecai. I will follow you wherever. Which do you feel would be best?
We may as well do a cursory glance at the city, and then if it's
Yes.
too much of a mess to be bothered to deal with it, we can retreat out to the elves.
Yes, let's head towards Vaki. Do we want to wrap our blades like before? Or are
No.
we beyond caring about that now?
I think they're beyond caring about it, and I think we should be too.
Right.
But remember to keep smiling, apparently.
I don't think anyone in that city is smiling now.
We'll see.
You come towards the town.
Yes.
The familiar wooden, small sort of wall and gatehouse as you've seen before, and the guard at the gate area seems to have at least tripled.
Great.
They see you coming.
Oh look,
and
they knew we were coming.
They see you coming, and they all ready spears. Who goes there?
You know who we are.
I highly doubt that they would remember. Well,
We're friends of the winery.
Marin, you see a familiar woman guard say they've been here.
I send her a message that just says, "Just let us in."
The guard who seems to be captain is like, we've had trouble lately. I'm not sure it's well advised for civilians to be going inside.
that is why we are here.
Do we look like civilians to you?
I suppose not. Normally we have a strict no weapons policy, but
Oh, fuck. What I say, just let us in.
I suppose you couldn't make things worse. So, on your
Well,
word,
you-
Emily, I suppose they can come in. And Emily suddenly speaks and says, "Actually, I don't recall that snake person."
New person.
He's a new.
Sorry, I'm incapable of smiling.
Right.
You're gonna drive me up a wall with that fucking S.
Sorry.
Apologies.
My sympathies.
That's what
If I get the money saved up, I'm coming over to the UK and I'm gonna stab you because of this.
Oh boy. Darwin, you're going to kill all of us when you come to the UK.
Oh, no.
The captain says, "Hold a moment," and he talks to some guards through the gates. Like, "Okay, you can go inside, but you're getting an escort."
Is this Captain Demon Arm?
No.
Is there a
He looked,
captain?
I said he looked like some sort of captain or something. I didn't say he was a captain. I just meant that he
okay.
looks like he's at
You
a
mean-
higher level than the rest of you.
Do you mean Snake Boys getting an escort, or all of us getting an escort?
All of you are getting an escort.
I
what
have
if
a
we
bit more teeth.
And what if we split up? You gonna split up your escort?
If you split up, we'll cut you down where you stand.
I mean, if you can catch us.
Oh,
How many people
You
are
sure
they
you want to
sending
come into this
escort us?
town? Because I could cut you down right here instead.
Can we stop vaguely threatening each other and get on with this?
How many
It's
people are they
highly
sending with us?
unnecessary.
I take flight, and I fly over the wall.
Oh.
Alright, roll initiative.
Oh shit.
I
with-
stay out of it.
They seem to have drawn spears at you, but so I really only need a friend to roll initiative.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting involved in this shit. Are you
okay,
kidding?
if Baxter standing.
Mordecai can be stupid of his own volition.
I was
Also,
about to
out of
say.
character.
Wow.
There's two ways to roll initiative.
Destiny. That's called destiny.
Wait, he got 0, that means he doesn't get a turn.
He never existed.
Thank you, Kay, for having the same idea I did on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that's not how initiative works.
Also, out of character. I don't why you guys don't think Brack would not take you guys after or eat you guys or anything
Oh,
after
I know.
you died, because that's literally what he said he was gonna do
Yeah.
when he joined the party.
That's how he introduced himself.
Hi, you all look like
Yeah.
food. Let's
Alright,
make
Mordecai, you do in fact get to go first.
Is the gate closed? Right.
Yep,
How high?
they
how
were
high
just
is...
attacked.
Yeah, that's cool. How high is the gate? Like the wall?
I've got the exact stats here. I think it's only like 10 feet high.
Oh, then I'll just dash and just fly over the wall and land on the other side.
I've just realized, Nemo, we haven't had a long rest or anything since our last big bout, have
Yep.
Nope, you haven't.
And
Am I?
a needle.
Oh yeah, no, that's correct. Yeah, we travelled straight to the winery. From
I thought we took a long rest at the winery.
We had a
Yeah, we
short
did
rest
at
at
the
the linery.
yeah,
Did we?
we went from the hill.
We had a long rest because we did the level up.
Yeah, and it's also
did.
10 a.m. when we left, so we must have rested.
No, but
No, we did everything very early.
We left the winery early, went to the hill, came
You
back
left
to the
it, yeah.
winery.
We had a short rest, which affected
So
our
a short
level.
We
rest.
did not have a long
Oh,
rest.
okay.
I didn't use anything up there anyway because I'm still.
Yeah, like I'm gonna just say this right now. We don't have our like third level spells or anything, Nemo, do we?
No, you don't have your new spells.
Grant. Just wanted to check. It's all.
Would I be able to go over the wall? Yeah, no, I'll just fly over the wall. Yeah, that's my turn. And land on the other side.
You know, 15-foot high wall.
Yeah, with my 30-foot flight speed.
It's made out of logs, mortar, and rope.
I fly
But
up
yeah,
over.
you fly. Okay. Remind me what your flight speed is.
30 foot.
30 foot, so 50 miles.
Actually, hold on 1 second.
Hadrian rolled so low
at
on
the
his
start
initiative.
At the start of your first turn on each combat, your speed increases by 10 foot.
No,
So it's an extra 10 foot, so it's 40 foot. My movement speed. First turn. Only.
Okay. You about 6 guards who are on the other side of the gate throw spears at you. They are not successful because you are just out of the range of their fire range. But there is also a bell getting rang as the town is alerted to another attack.
Oh great, yeah, probably a little
You
bit of
start
adrenaline.
hearing screaming all throughout the town.
I'll just stand there. I've not got a weapon out. I'm standing there. I'm like, just flying in.
When the guards have all held the rest of you at spear point, basically, they're not attacking you, but they're not letting.
Really, do we have to do this again?
I'll turn to Marin. Go, is he the one who always takes authority?
I wish he wasn't.
He does
But he
not
only listens to his own authority.
seem like the right person to follow with a reckless behavior.
I definitely do not follow him.
Do I have my initiative now?
If you like, if you want to do something, go ahead.
I put my hand out like with everyone who isn't about to do stupid things behind me.
I mean, I think that's all of us. I think
Aside from one. Aside from one who might. We don't want to fight, we want to help you. You're exhausted after having to deal with a dreaded foe. Surely there is no more reason to cause more bloodshed. He is reckless and stupid, but he means you no harm. Can I make a persuasion check, please, God?
Make a persuasion. Yep.
Do the guards on my side of the wall hear that as well?
Yeah, that's the problem.
At
The
this
alarm
point,
has-
you'll be on
There is
help.
an alarm
Try to
that's
help
gone off, and
ourselves.
the town is now the entirety of the town guard and probably a militia are heading to the side.
The thing is, I'm saying this with
Make a persuasion
Hadrian's.
because you may be able to stop this going really batshit bad. You may be able to stand up and say false alarm or something, but oh boy.
You have a +1. Why do you do any of the talking?
because it's Das.
I'll let somebody else try something, but yeah,
The DM goes, well,
You failed
shit.
so badly. Does anybody want to make a persuasion check? Roll. Does anybody else want to
you only
make a
get one more
persuasion
because
check?
it's often the case with parties with things like this that let 2 people maximum or 1 with advantage, but it's up.
What's the situation in front of us at the moment? Like, who's there?
Well, you currently have 9 guards pointing spears at you, and you can't see over the wall, so you don't really know what's going on there. But you did see spears fly,
I'm gonna.
and there's a bell going off
I got
and
something I
screaming
wanna do.
throughout the town.
I will draw
Who's
my
gonna-
sunblade and I'm going to cut through their spears like a lightsaber and I'm going to attempt to intimidate them.
You know, I was going to do something smart, but we could do this instead.
well.
This is a real.
The two spellcasters are like, we might have had things to help here.
Never mind.
Nope.
Roll an intimidation roll and hope it goes well.
Annoyingly, I'm not good with intimidation because of charisma.
Do you have to roll an attack roll against the spears in case you accidentally hit one of them?
I mean,
Why do you even talk?
Bowser!
I'm a fairly competent sword user. Spears alone.
Bowser! We're in Barovia. You don't need to hurt us more.
How do I accidentally hit someone at a foot, like 5 foot difference?
Can I use my reaction?
Yeah, go ahead.
Too much. I'm going to cast Charm Person on him and
Beat me
make
to
him
it,
not
motherfucker.
do that.
Okay, I'll.
Nemo's like, oh, this is good shit.
Okay.
Nemo is loving this. So, guys, what's your next
roll.
character?
Roll competing dexterity checks.
Oh!
Both players are like, oh.
Average.
Average. Hey!
Yay! Thank God.
That's a save.
You do cast Charm
It's the same
Person,
roll.
and in the moment, Utoti, you suddenly.
He does get
wisdom save.
resistance to it. Yeah.
Yeah, you do get to. Actually, you do get to make a save. Sorry.
Is it wisdom?
Yes.
Yep.
I was also maybe going to do this.
Oh, 16. You fail.
I'm glad you did it. You have a higher DC than me.
Sorry. 14. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, that's pretty high for considering we had chosen stats, but.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Oof. Oof.
Everything that could go wrong is going wrong.
Yeah, this was a brilliant idea. Just jump into a town. and-
Sarah just having a little card game.
Hey.
And then,
Yeah.
You're expecting Kay to have good ideas?
Anyway,
I wisdom
I'd
saved,
like to
okay.
cast a
I
spell on
wisdom saved.
okay. Yep. I suppose roll your intimidation.
Again, charisma, so it's not gonna be good.
Gods save you.
Oh wow.
Huh?
Okay.
Ooh.
Open the gates or I'll open your fucking chests. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
Okay. The guards say we can't open it from out here.
Well, you will
And
find a
one's
way.
banging on the gate. One's banging on the gate, saying, "Open up! Open up!" But the guards on the other side are obviously trained. You know, we're under attack,
And they.
and people on the outside, the guards on the outside, are suddenly panicking. It's probably not a grand idea to open the gate.
Oh,
the
for
one-
goodness sake. Come with me, and I'm gonna try and get them to open the gate with me. If I have to hack a mortar and rope, I will do.
Are the ones
Oh,
inside
Jesus.
like actively attacking me, or are they just like I'm like hands up? Like I'm like, are they like just
Your hands are up. You've
yeah?
effectively surrendered. All right. They haven't moved from their position. They did throw spears at you, but you got out of their reach. But there is a contingency of guard just starting to come down the street for you. They'll be there soon-ish, and you are starting to see panic in the streets by civilians and all that.
Yotota.
And just a check. Yes, you now see a fire in the town.
I'll just say to you, do you want me just to fly back out? I can go.
What did you do?
Yotota, Jew, do not aggravate this further.
Well,
Right,
actually,
Lord
tickling
Mordecai's
where you
life
are
is
and
on the line.
stuff,
I will do what is needed.
Oh yes, roll a perception check, just separate.
Oh please, the only jeopardy to his life is himself.
Wait, who me?
Yes, you.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Then I shall be there to save him from himself.
Okay, you do
Fool's errand.
notice. You do notice on the side of the street, clearly not cleaned up yet. There are corpses of guards and stuff.
Corpses.
There are corpses that seem to have been more focused on and burned, which you're assuming are undead. There are wolves. There are bats. Lots of a fair scattering of corpses, and probably most noticeably to you is a armored saber-toothed tiger corpse.
No, my friend.
I was thinking that thing got broken loose and just started to eat bitches.
I forgot about that.
Look at you.
In his mouth appears to be one of these wolves, incidentally. They
Oh, he went out like a hero.
He was a good boy.
Looks like you had a real shit show here. Maybe I should leave. You want me to go?
The guards are storming up. What are you doing on the outside? You're hacking into the gate, I suppose.
Hacking into
I'm
the wall,
telling you
shouting
not
at the
to.
guard- Shouting at the guards to help me open the gate.
The guards on the outside, some of them seeing an opportunity, piss bolt and just run into like away.
Do not
They're
run
not
away!
even where they're going. Some of the guards are basically begging for them to open the door on the other side. They no longer have spears or anything, so they couldn't even help you open the gate if they wanted to.
Thrak, give me a hand.
Stop aggravating
Is
this
there-
further.
Let me in! Let me in!
Juju, I'm okay. Don't worry.
Can
You
I
can't
hear
hear
it?
you from that
Oh.
distance. With everything
Yeah.
going on.
I shout.
You shout? Okay.
How is the?
You can hear in the distance, sort of. You just okay. You think you hear? You're not positive. There's a lot of din in the city now. As there's that, although that bell has stopped, the town is basically was already on edge.
People,
Has basically
please.
erupted.
Please stop losing your minds. I pick up Sarah and start comforting.
Any guards or militia that approach me, I've got hands up, so I'm just smiling, baring my fang teeth at them, just like.
Why did you say fanged?
They're fang teeth?
Details
You
are
want a new fucking character!
Details
This
are-
is a new character!
Details are
Feral,
important.
sharp, fanged teeth.
The guards have
Smiling.
a bunch of guards have surrounded you and have spears at you. And the moment is tense, and they're sort of standing around you at the moment. You're making some headway on this wall, so why don't you roll a couple of attacks, Juju?
I've had a better idea than if it's a big gate and I can't seem to get through it, I'm going to put my sword away and I'm going to try and climb up it tomahawk style with my hand axes.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Oh.
Roll an athletics check for climbing.
This is much better than if he only dooms himself.
Yes. Dash, you thought the teeth were bad. I could be speaking in Infernal to them.
Do you actually want to get killed? What the hell?
Or Abyssal.
Yep, you
go
go
straight
the
for the Abyssal, honestly, if you're gonna go that far.
Right, fuck it. I'm not helping this. There's no way I can help this. I'm gonna go take a piss. Let me know when you guys.
You manage to scale the gate, and you see Juju being surrounded by guards, and the guards are suddenly startled by you scaling the gate and have pointed spears up to your direction. Probably jumping down off a gate into a spear wall probably isn't a grand idea.
Then from the top I will then draw back my sun sword, because from where I'm standing, what can I see then? If there's an alarm going off, that was really fast if it was for us.
There is a bell on a rope, and then when one bell on a rope goes off, the other bells in town on a
We're
rope
all
go off.
connected.
Was it all for us?
They're not all connected, but when there's a post and a bell, and it's just literally a standard bell on a post with a rope to make it go ding 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 ding, and when one goes off and it's heard, there's another guard house along the way where the next one goes off,
Yeah.
and such, so the whole town goes off.
Yeah, I mean, like, was it like triggered for us, or was there something else that that you said had happened, or?
Nope, it was you.
No, it was definitely for us.
Very
Okay.
definitely yes, I
Okay.
think.
The bell started where you were and carried throughout the town. As you pull out your sun sword, and you're also noticing this as well, Juju, but particularly at the gatehouse, one of them opens the gate and he says, "What are you doing?" It's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here, this town's doomed." And some of the guards who have surrounded you are just throwing down their official equipment, and they're bolting for the gate as well. They've had it, they want out.
Okay, when it is safe to do so, I shall drop down from the wall next to Mordecai. Sword and shield raised.
As time goes on and they're realizing they're losing more and more numbers, more and more of the guard are just leaving. Another fire
losing
breaks
numbers
out in the
too.
town.
They're scared of you.
I haven't
Is
killed
the gate
anyone.
open at this point?
Guys, we're not.
You haven't killed anyone, but last night they were attacked by Strahd and there's bodies all throughout the street. This alarm was... And things were on edge before. This alarm has been enough to start a real chaos.
Alright, everyone just needs to calm down, lower your spears. We're not here to cause any more panic.
As you say that, what was originally like 20 guards has dwindled down to about 3, and before you've even finished your sentence, 2 more run.
Oh, I just dropped my arms.
Does that mean they've opened the gate now?
Are you going to run
Yeah,
as
the
well?
gate's open
or-
now. They're running out.
I'll just speak to the last guard and be like, are you going to run as well? Like, we're not trying to kill you, but if you want to run, you can run.
He runs back in the other direction into the town.
Cool.
That was an incredibly reckless thing to do, Mordecai.
Well, there goes our escort.
I'll proceed to make my way into them. Slowly.
You're in the early parts of town.
Now,
There is a distant screaming, and fires burning.
part of me didn't think
I
about
think you could end
how...
that sentence there.
No, there's more. No, part of me didn't think that they'd think that I forget that sometimes I look like this, and other creatures also look like this, which aren't necessarily good.
A winged and horned creature flew over the walls, and you don't
A
think that after a Strahd attack they would find that
fanged,
kind of skin.
devilish creature. Yeah, I didn't think that far ahead.
You start seeing civilians basically making a mass exodus down the road. Women, children, carriages, anything they can grab and run with. When they see you, they sort of halt. Some of them just give you a wide berth, some turn around in a panicked flee and just try to run the other direction.
What, a wave?
I mean, honestly, this is just sort of like a standard reaction for when we go into cities.
I'm just going to sheath my son's sword at this point and say, well, what do we go for first? The church? The fires?
The fire's like on buildings.
They seem to be
fire.
close to the heart of the city.
Let's,
Town, I should say.
let's check the fires out. Are we aware if they're like buildings on fire or if they're like signal or warning fires, sort of?
They seem to be buildings.
Oh,
as far
great.
as you can tell.
We should probably go help with those fires.
Okay, as we start moving off, I turn around to like Hadrian and Sarah and everyone else. I'm just going to go, are you coming or not?
I'm right
Oh, are
next
we involved now? I didn't know.
Everyone's running away from us, so no one's watching us, are they?
Not everyone's running away. If you start walking up the street, you notice places are getting looted.
I'll just go myself as just a generic guard,
I
Right.
will not do that.
just a human in guard armor, random human male.
Yep.
Yeah, and then just walk ahead of the group towards the nearest fire and
I'm going to move at somewhat of a brisk pace.
I cling to Hadrian.
I'm going to try and keep up with them.
I'm gonna send a message to Juju that says we should go to the church.
The church is the N1.
Yeah, that's
We'll
here.
pass it.
Literally, yeah, we'll be walking past it before you enter town where the fire is.
Yeah.
Mordecai, do you think we should not check out the church? Perhaps the firefighting services would be more use in the center.
firefighting. What are firefighting services or
No,
the
I
towns?
believe the Valaki's firefighting services. We lack the needs.
What
We lack
fire?
the means.
I mean, I can put out a fire.
The services that I'll probably just scared the fuck out of and run off.
I highly doubt that the firefighting services were also the town guard.
We could just ignore what I said. I'm sure it wasn't useful.
Sorry,
I
Mary,
believe
you
we
speaking?
should go to the church immediately, as Marin did emphasize.
I can put out a fire.
Well then, let's go put out some
Whether it
fires.
will cause more
You
problems
messaged me
than
to go
it's
to
worth,
the church!
I'm putting it in your hands. I think the church is a very useful thing. But I
Yes.
can put out a fire.
The church is a beautiful building, but if the town burns
No,
down,
no.
the church will.
If there's an agent within the building, and they are not expecting an attack at this time, they will be disorganized.
She
She
has a
makes
point.
fair point.
Oh, fine. I mean, I'm not the lord of decisions today, so
No,
Yes,
why am I
relentless.
even acknowledging your presence? Let's go.
I follow Marin.
I also
By
follow
extension,
Mary.
I follow.
resist the blatant bait from there. From just
You
You look vexed.
you head into
Looks
the
vexed.
church. It's a bit of a bloodbath.
This wasn't the church that we went in before, was it? That was in
You've
the
never
very
been in
fir-
this church,
We went in
you
the first
bastard.
church. We passed this one.
Does this? Hang on a second.
You notice a few people praying fervently, and with your entrance, they're just on the floor.
We're not going to hurt any of you. You're okay.
We are the salvation you were praying for.
You
Roll a
said my words are
persuasion
bad.
check
Are
with
we?
disadvantage.
I'm trying to give her advantage, so
It equals out then.
great roll.
That's not bad.
I was mostly being sarcastic, but if they believe it, I'll take it.
Okay. Yep. One of them, hearing that you're not going to hurt them, takes the opportunity to run away. The other two are just going to go back
Smart.
to
What kind of state has the church been left in then?
there are claw marks.
Ooh.
There are massive claw marks everywhere. There is blood. It looks like the corpses were cleared here from here first because they've been dragged. You can see the drag mark.
Nemo.
It looks like part of the church has been literally ripped. Some of the ground has literally been ripped up, like something was
Came up.
purposely dug up from.
Nemo. Does this basically look like the church from the Kingsman scene, where it's just a fucking body bath?
It looks like it's been. It's not too bad, but it's clear that there's been an attack and they've tried to clean.
Is there any?
I hopped down from Hadrian.
Is there any sun imagery in here?
Uh, I don't believe there actually is.
I'm just checking something, so I can take it
It
out
does
my
appear
mind.
there was a statue here, but it seems to be gone. Like you
I know.
only see some of, like it's like.
We know what you're checking, don't worry.
I'm gonna head to the altar, or whatever
I'm gonna go.
equates to like the lectern.
I'm gonna go to the hole.
So, was there anyone else in here, like alive, that we know of?
Yeah, two people.
Two prayers.
Just like prayers. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just make my way to whatever whatever equates to the main area where the priest would stand, and just have a look around, see if I can find any evidence of anything that kind of stands out as to an explanation as to what's going on. Does it look like this was literally Strahd's attack, or does this look like minions that he's brought with him that he's let do the dirty work, or?
It looks like minions at your guess. Also, as you look into the hole, you realise it's a 10-foot square, 5-foot deep chamber underneath the place, which looks like some sort of crypt that has been ransacked.
I'll stay outside the church and look
Didn't
at
we
the
have something like that
devastation
before?
in Uniontown.
I'm just
I can't stand when you
Down
keep
is-
moving the book.
just referencing to the stand inside the church as my guard form, just pretending like I'm escorting them, just like keeping watch.
The town seems in chaos. There's looting and that abundance.
Did you say there was a crypt under this hole?
Yeah, I was about to say, have you realised what I've realised?
Well, I was checking two, but I should have been checking one, I think.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop down into the hole.
I'm gonna let Juju make that terrible decision.
Yeah. I was only looking, I'm not
Right.
brave enough to jump in
Yeah, it's
there.
only 5 foot deep, so it's not a particularly big crypt. You hop.
Sarah's 2'4", it's very big to her.
What do I see?
Adrian
in here?
steps down.
It's only 10 foot by a 10-foot square, 5 foot deep. Sort of.
I'm looking for like remnants that we found like in the last place where the priest was keeping his
You
son.
mostly see what looks like an ornamental coffin that's been torn open.
Oh shit.
Whatever was here has been taken.
How are the bones?
One of the peasants says, one of the commoners, I should say, says that the bones were missing. They protected.
The bones were missing.
Missing.
Are they up there with, like, me and
Saint Andrel, the holy, the bones of that person protected us, but it's gone now.
Tell me, what do they call this crypt?
I wasn't even aware the crypt was there until it seems the father was keeping it secret, and for good reason. It was one of the few things protecting this town from Strahd's wrath.
Where is the father
Lucian.
now? Where is Father Lucian now?
He burst out into tears, and he says, "You'll find him in the grave in the back. What's left of him."
Quick burial. Is there nothing left inside the coffin?
Nope.
Yeah.
The bones were stolen before Strahd get here. The father confided in me, but of course, with the protection gone, Strahd came in to make sure that it would never protect this place again, even should it be returned.
Oh, that was a windstorm.
How?
Did the father say where the bones had been taken? Were
Why?
they taken somewhere to protect them?
Who?
He didn't know. He tried to get some of the guards to look for it when the attack started, but there wasn't enough time. He'd been trying to hire people discreetly to find them. If only we'd found them sooner, maybe this wouldn't have happened.
Out of character, I think we should have came to the church before
I
we
tried to
left.
fucking tell you, people.
I think we missed the side quest.
This is a side quest.
It is now.
Just quietly in the corner, can I just do my primeval awareness, just to see if there's any undead within a mile of me?
A mile.
Primeval awareness reminds me what that shows you.
Yeah. I detect them. I don't know where they are. I don't think I get direction. I just get
So you can detect all these things, is it?
yes, I believe.
Or yeah, if
Okay.
they're just present within.
If I can't, then I'm choosing undead. But I think I just get all
Okay.
that present.
You basically get the entirety
You've-
of the
you've-
map in a mile radius.
You've understood a bit. You've been in Barovia a bit longer, so you're not just completely. I mean, undeath energies are sort of all over Barovia, but you're
Yeah.
not as bad to that. This place does look like it was. There does seem to be a hint of celestial in this area, but that's common for a church. You sense a very clear aberration on Marin's arm.
Figure.
He's a friend.
And you detect some dragon, although you're not sure where from.
Great.
It's very unclear.
Yeah. Worrying.
That is concerning.
I'll head to the grave out the back then, I suppose.
Alright, you head to the grave at the back.
Does... Oh no, never mind.
I'll follow him out.
Alright, you outside. There's a pretty standard looking graveyard, one very clearly very fresh. Looks like there's a fair few holes that have been made, and there's a big pile of bodies ready to be. But of course, they don't really have a priest to be doing a lot of ceremonies.
I'll look through the bodies for whichever one is the priest.
The priest was the one that did get buried.
Ah.
You recognise the name on the headstone.
He's the only link that we have. But it feels somewhat disrespectful to dig him up.
Let me try something.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go back into that person who was kind of talkative.
He's gone.
Oh,
As
God.
well as the
Is there
other-
anyone else in here?
Nope, they've left now.
That's fine. Is there any other rooms in this church than this main room? I.e. where a priest would live?
Yeah, there's a housing area where he lived. There's the church is made of several separate things. I can save
I'm
you
gonna-
time and say you look around and you don't really find any. This
Okay,
place has been
that's
pretty
fine.
heavily hit.
That's fine. I was just going to go investigate and see if he had kept any record of such things. But that's what I will be doing for the next few minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when you find his what you'd assume was once his desk area, the desk is in splinters. Everything.
Oh, like
has
it's been
destroyed as
tossed?
much- Yeah.
Okay.
All,
That
all
saves me a lot of
papers are
time.
gone. Any all the paintings have been taken or destroyed. Everything's like
Place has been totaled. Jesus.
I'm going to head back out to all them and go, Plan B doesn't exactly work out. Should we deal with the fire?
Let us attempt to deal
Good
with
idea.
it.
Yes. Lead the way.
I will go to wherever I detect wherever the fire seems to be coming from.
We cast detect fire. You
Looking at the sky for smoke.
As they come out the front, I just say, if you are planning to get anything useful from the city, I suggest doing it now, before it's all gone with the looters.
Yes.
We'd have to try and find some way to re-establish order. Not
Or-
I
Order's
highly
gone.
doubt you will find any of that. No
This is
thanks
now-
to the actions of someone.
I look around.
Mordecai, that was incredibly reckless and foolish.
We can all
Not my fault.
grade Mordecai for his stupidity later.
He won't care. I have
Not
been
my
No,
fault.
I-
That's
no.
no evil.
So we're talking right like around here for the fires.
Yep, you head into town. I'm just. Oops, I keep flipping to the.
Helping.
Do we know where the Burgermeister's house is? Have we been told that before?
It's the one with the golden arches.
It took me a moment. Just a moment. A moment longer than I'd have liked. But I'm on.
I'm upset with how long it took me to realise what you said.
Yeah. I was like, right, Golden Arches. I'll keep it like, wait a minute.
I looked over at the map, I was like, Golden Arches, what? Oh.
I'm like, have we been told about some Golden Arches? No.
I'm loving it.
I mean, I could definitely go for a McRib.
You will. It won't take you long. You get to the area of N3 where you find a rather official-looking
Devil.
Gremlin.
Primeval
You
awareness.
you see a lot of people with torches and. You see some stocks, which normally would hold criminals, but from what you can see, there are two very noble-looking people in those stocks. You see the crowd start to disperse as you see those two lordly-looking people have been stoned to death.
Ooh. Bad way to go.
As I said, you will not find order anymore. I'm on the lookout for any general store that we pass by that's potentially getting looted.
Oh god, the toy shop.
Let it die.
I still look like a guard. Do the villagers? Does that affect? Do they act differently because I look like a guard?
Yeah, one of them spits at your feet.
Ooh.
I hiss him and insult him in Infernal.
I lamp him.
You insult him at Infernal, and yeah, a fair bit of the crowd starts to panic and run.
Really, Mordecai, you're just digging yourself a larger hole in which to bury yourself.
Did you see what he did?
Some of them have
And you don't deserve
entertaining
it.
themselves. Some of them seem to be entertaining themselves by burning the higher class people's things. Some people seem to be enjoying themselves looting. And some people seem to be taking everything they own and run.
I'm holding Sarah while this is happening.
Well, I can deal with the fire, but it will deal with a great deal of other things also.
Well, the town is lost at the moment. There is no law, there is no order, so it is no longer a town. It's merely a collection of nicely looking houses.
I want to grab the nearest villager, just like by the scruff of the neck, and drag him over.
Yep.
Just anyone. It'd be like,
He immediately pees himself.
Nice.
who were those two people that were killed?
And he says, "What? The Burgermeister and his..."
You didn't put those together?
I did, but more.
No, I'm saying it as Marin, patronizing you.
Negative intelligence.
He lied to us. He said he could protect this town, and he couldn't. All the stupid shit he put us through.
And they trust me.
Yeah, and you're not putting the town in much of a better shape, are you? Throw him to the floor.
Hopeless anyway. We were attacked last night, and in the middle of the day we were attacked.
I throw him to the floor. Where did they live?
He points at the burning building,
Great.
and then scurries away.
Great.
It sounds
I can put it out.
Please do.
Marin, could you
Understandably,
please-
it's one thing to be attacked by Strahd in the middle of the night. Being attacked in broad daylight, well, as far as their daylight goes, it was enough to really break their...
We just caused revolution. I mean, I did, but
Yeah, you caused this, Molokai.
I'm gonna-
All of this.
No.
Where?
hey, it's dumb. But I'm gonna fly towards the house.
mansion.
Yep.
How on fire is this mansion?
Bear in mind, I
It's
still
pretty
look
on
like a
fire at
guard.
this stage.
Bear in mind, I still look like a guard, and my wings
You
are
do.
part of the disguise, so you
I'm
can't see the
scared
wings.
my people need me. Woo!
So the wings, I'm just a floating guard.
I'm a ghost.
Are you flying up to the thing? What are you doing there?
Does the house look like it's too far gone, or is there any way into the house?
Even
That
if this fire was put out at this stage, it would not. You'd basically knock it down and rebuild.
Oh, great.
There might be some things that currently survive in there, but structurally, it's
Yeah.
not going to survive in any real.
Marin, can you do anything here?
I'm trying to think out of character whether this wouldn't. Fuck it. I cast Wall of Water. And attempt to use it to diminish the fire.
All right, you use Wall of Water and you chuck it at the fire.
I can use it for I can move it around for up to 10 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, I'd say with that time you managed to put out the fire. It looks like some rooms have survived a bit better than others, but yeah, you'll be picking through wreckage at this. Although the fire has stopped on this building, at least, not necessarily the other buildings that are being set fire to. Some seem to be reveling in pyromania. You actually see one person running on fire, just cackling madly about it.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
And then a wall of water just appeared.
Stop that!
Are you
It's
trying to
silly.
douse this person, or
I mean, it's a line. It's
he's running down the street, so it's not actually part of the.
Oh
building,
no.
so
Then carry on.
he
I've had an idea.
falls down dead before too long.
In the honor of Borderlands and people that are gone fucking mad, I'll gingerly loot shit.
Same. I'm finding them now, not burning house. Taking anything.
I
like
will
that.
say in the mansion, one of the rooms looks like you might be able to loot something from it.
Yeah, I'll fly in the house in general and just look around and take whatever I can find valuable.
Roll an investigation check.
I'm gonna go up to Hadron.
Yototo Jew.
I've had a thought.
Hmm.
The coffin that was buried in the crypt at the church contained sacred bones of apparently Saint Andrew.
Correct.
It's a long shot, but if those bones have been moved and taken somewhere, they would have been taken somewhere likely to be known, another place that they would have had in mind. Somewhere that it was probably brought from before, in the hopes that it would protect the town here. Now I'm thinking the way that we could potentially find that out is if we head to the coffin makers in town. They may have a record of where or who commissioned that coffin to be made and provided for. It may be the start of a link to find out who authorized it.
We would have to hope they keep records and they're not burnt down.
It's the second one that I'm more concerned about. Businesses usually keep records of everything.
Well, assumedly the bones were
There was
recovered
definitely the same.
from somewhere, brought here, and then someone has stolen them from here. I doubt they've relocated.
Somebody's taken portions of them and has made sure that they will never be used against him ever again.
Well, the reason the place was attacked was because they were removed by somebody before. From
Somebody else
Exactly.
took some, and then he took the rest.
No, he didn't.
If the
get
town
any.
wasn't,
Yeah, they
I thought he took some.
No, I think they were gone
No.
before he got here. That's why
They
he
were
was
gone
able to.
before he got here.
they got here.
He couldn't have physically got here if the bones were here.
But only a portion which removed the magical effect, I thought.
No,
Because
it
they
took
were all gone.
From what the commoner was saying, the bones were already gone. He just further desecrated the land to make sure that even if they were returned, it would be
Okay.
quite tricky to re-establish.
If the town wasn't in total disarray and chaos, we could have asked people who is not here, who was here before. But unfortunately, that option's kind of gone out the window, or
Indeed.
over the fortress wall in this case.
Very fitting.
I mean, the place was on fire and people were rioting before we got here.
We don't know
No,
that.
it wasn't.
the place was not on fire, and although there was tension, you don't think.
I mean, the Burgermeister definitely didn't get stoned in the last 30 seconds when we arrived.
No, we've been here for at least 10, 15,
We spent a lot of
20
time in the
minutes.
church.
We spent a lot of time around here.
Still,
Yeah.
it's
Either way, the situation remains the same.
Alright, how dead does the Burgermeister look?
Very fresh.
Not helping.
can't
It's
say.
almost like somebody leaping over a wall and a bell going. "Kring!" Everybody
The,
going.
the Burgermeister's wife
Yeah.
is still twitching.
So
Yeah.
literally just happened.
Can't say I want to stay here much longer.
Enjoy,
Can't say there's anything here
My
for
stone
us.
embedded in her nervous system.
enjoy playing an evil character, I don't have to care.
I was getting ready to make an evil character if Mordecai got into fucking combat.
Anyway,
I dare
your
say there's not
investigation,
much here
your
for
investigation reveals a
Mhm.
Your investigation reveals a slightly burnt around the edges bridal
By the what? You cut out, sorry.
bridal dress.
Okay.
Pure white, very fancy.
Sure, I'll take it.
I'm sure
Take
it'll
the
look
bridal
fabulous.
It'll look very nice on you.
I'm gonna head to the coffin.
I mean, what are you talking about? It's going for Thrakif, obviously.
Obviously. It's a gift, so he doesn't take my wings.
That's fine, Chick. Thank you.
I dare say there's not much here for us now.
I just want to see if there's any leads.
There's a dress. I can't come out the building holding the
Worth
dress.
the least looking
Ha!
around, and I will assist. I will assist Yototo in an investment.
Go ahead.
Oh, investigate.
Yeah,
the
you're
coffin,
rolling.
I guess. Advantage because I have help.
Yep.
a great roll. Not really.
It's a good result. Better than mine, which would have been a 10.
Yeah, nothing. As this is going on, a rather noble-looking lady, with what appears to be an imp on her shoulder, is walking towards you.
Who specifically?
Should I talk
Just
to her, man?
the group.
Yeah, just the group.
Oh, right. Okay.
She walks up and she does a bit of courtesy. Says, "Lady Marin Watcher, I have a letter for you."
Better post than the British Mail.
Wait, did you say me?
Yeah, she said Lady
Yes.
Marin.
my headset's cutting in and out.
You got mail.
She said Lady Marin.
Very
that's
well.
for you.
I heard lady, but I was like, who? Me? What?
Me, a lady?
Me? No, I will extend my hand a little, as if to say, give it to me.
Very well. Just
Give me access to that handout, please, Nemo.
To me.
Yes, give her all of the really confusing letters as handouts, please. Do this for her.
That was a very personal attack, and I felt it.
Give her all the handouts and no one else. Let her have all the information. Let her deal with that.
it should be in.
Thank you for typing that out, because I would not have been able to read that.
It's very easy to not have all the information when you just start telling people and showing papers.
I kind of look at it.
Unless you're hiding the paper, it shouldn't be hard for it.
Oh no, I'm
I-
calling out Krauser.
Yeah, that was pulled out, don't worry.
I'm just clarifying for Nemo, just in case he was like, "Don't be like that, Demarin."
Kind
He's
of-
like, "No."
Look at it, and I tuck it into my armor. Thank you kindly.
He curtsies and leaves, walking down the street in the chaos.
Who dat?
Someone who is oddly calm in the face of chaos.
Friendly
And
love.
that should tell you all you need to know.
But we still have questions.
What? You don't receive mail from time to time?
No.
And
No.
that is where we'll leave tonight.
We'll never know if
Somebody
Mordecai receives mail.
Photoshop Mordecai's face onto the "This is fine" dog.
No one. We have to wait till next week to find out if Mordecai receives mail.
You damn it.
The biggest cliffhanger.
That
was fun. That was real fun.
Krauser, god damn it.
God damn it, Kay.
I'm not saying I rolled that 2 on that wisdom save, but I rolled that 2.
You know what? No, I trust it's true to character. Just like, god damn, you know?
I honestly was just like, do you just want a new character? Like, are you just bored of Ranger?
No, I'm not bored with Mordecai at all.
Krauser went to the Leon
Oh,
O'Brien
this is-
School of Recklessness.
So yeah, Stanchi, that was a weird one to come in on.
welcome, Stanchi.
Welcome to the world of tangents
I
and...
joined about half a dozen people, went into a town, one of them made it burn down. Cool.
Welcome home.
Yeah, also
You are
Spook saying...
100% to blame for that.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
set any fires.
yeah, Spook, you going,
That's
oh yeah, it's totally not his fault. It's like, motherfucker, it was his fault!
Yeah, but you gotta remember who Juju is. Of course he doesn't think it's his fault.
They...
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What
Sarah does something
They
stupid.
were-
I don't see
they-
Hadrian
the-
saying it's not her fault.
when does Sarah do
The
stupid stuff
nobles,
that gets
the
people killed?
Burgermeister and his
Let's go,
wife
let's go.
were holding an audience when you guys came to calm the people and say, you know, yes, we're attacked, but it'll be fine as long as we continue having
Oh
these
my God, that's
celebrations.
so
Everything will
Ding,
be
ding,
fine.
ding, ding.
That's unfortunate.
Most unfortunate.
That's really unfortunate.
Hey, all I'm saying is, pretty stupid of them to
This
hold
is
a
a
rally
series
next to
of
stocks.
unfortunate events.
just gonna put that one out there.
You might as well use the Hangman's Noose as a stage, you know.
You know what I mean? It's like if
Yeah,
you're gonna
but
stand
the
next
stocks
to
nearby were previously, until just recently, filled with dissenters who were questioning the Burgermeister's rule after the attack last.
Ooh, that is very unfortunate.
Well,
well, we'll see how that goes next week.
Yes.
We'll see you next
So yeah, good job.
Bye.
I'm glad you rushed in to save this town from its the possible descent of order in the town that may have boiled over in the next couple of days.
Sarah loves Adrian. Sarah loves revolution.
A dance revolution.
Is this revolution?
Is this revolution?
Thank you everyone for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye.
bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
What did I get myself in?